Yo, what's good, guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, yeah, we had something happen throughout the pre-market session that we dumped down literally before market open. So I've been rushing this entire morning, not this entire morning. I've been rushing for like the last 10 minutes, trying to trying to organize myself to know what I should want to expect in the market today. But yeah, let me kind of regroup all my thoughts real quick, guys, and kind of give you guys a game plan off open. All right, give me one sec, guys. One sec. Okay. Oof. Okay. So, there's a lot of things coming into market open. I woke up at 8:30, 1 hour before the market opened. I didn't see anything. I'm like, okay, I have everything prepared. Let me take a little nap, right? I wake up 30 minutes later and the market is just dumping like crazy. Why? I don't know. I really don't, right? But it's okay, right? Because I went ahead and marked out all of my nearby setups, my levels and everything, so we at least know what to expect coming into market open. All right. Now coming to market open, obviously you guys see that we have a huge 5 and 15 minute bearish, um, fair value gap here, which I'm gonna go ahead and mark out really, really quick. Because if anything, we can probably use this to trade price back into all-time highs if we do want to pump here. Although I don't really want to rush anything off open, it probably is what we're gonna have to do today, to be honest. Plus, we are getting a bunch of buying pressure here. I didn't really want to rush this inverse off the rip, but if we have all the buying pressure now, we might as well, to be honest. Um, so yeah, let me see what I can work with here because we are approaching this 5 and 15 minute bearish rally gap. Now in the meantime, let me also make sure that I'm live on YouTube, which I'm not just yet. Now the reason I'm telling you guys I don't want to rush anything off open is because obviously we all know this came out due to news. And we know the exact news that it came that made the markets move like this, which was this news right here. I'll just put it here on the screen. All right, as you guys see, this was the news that came out, obviously causing the markets to kind of dump down. Now, it wasn't a crazy dump, but definitely something that we want to be paying attention to, right? Now, let me just put out here that I'm live on YouTube really quick. YouTube, what is going on, guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hopefully, you guys have a beautiful weekend. Let me just put out that I'm live right there. Let me put out that I'm live right here. There you go. Okay. Anyways, we are pumping up quite a bit right now, guys. So let me just cook up a game plan here. Now, the reason why I don't want to rush anything off open, guys, is because with news just coming out, we're gonna be working with the exact reaction that we're getting off news. You know what I mean? The market's not gonna settle down or anything. So we're gonna be working with a lot of volume today, guys. So we're gonna have to size light for sure. I'm probably just gonna do 5 micros to start the week off if we do end up getting this trade. And I'll probably just do something like maybe like 50 or 60 points as a stop loss. Just because that's kind of what we can only work with here. And we're about to get this inverse off the rip, guys. So let me see what I can work with here, guys. Like I said, I kind of want the market to settle down a little bit more into coming into market open. But if we have to take this trade, I mean, we can just do minimal risk. I do like the setup, and I'm not not confident in it or anything. I just don't like taking a trade when when news already came out not too long ago, especially at market open when the volume is at its peak. All right. Now you guys might be wondering, well, why wouldn't we want to trade the market when it's at its peak with crazy volume, right? Wouldn't that mean very nice trades and smooth trades? Technically, but with more volume comes random price action, right? So we need to be very careful with that. All right. But for now, enough of that. For those tuning in, let me kind of explain the setup as to what we're watching right now, guys. So right now, obviously, you guys are seeing that we're getting a bunch of buying pressure coming in like crazy on both the 5 and 15 minute time frame. I'm pretty much bullish based off all of these DOL sweeps over here. We swept this down here, which is the Asia low last night. We took out the external. We almost took out another external, but right now we are getting some buying pressure based off a drawn liquidity sweep, and we do have room for higher into all-time highs, sitting at the 600s pretty much. All right. Now, in terms of a stop loss, unfortunately, I don't really know where to place my stop loss this morning, just because obviously, like I said, we are working with the opening market. We're not even 5 minutes into market open, so it's going to be really hard for me to know how many points I should be basing my stop loss. I don't know how aggressive the market will be moving. I don't know any of that. Like I said, I don't have enough data coming into market open. So that's why I'm kind of hoping that we get somewhat of a rejection here, or somewhat of a stall in the market, so we can have the market kind of settle down off the open, the volume dies down, and then it starts creating some momentum, and then we take the trade. That's what I want to see off open. But if we don't get that, then I'm still down to inverses fair value gap up here. I'm just going to do it with 5 micros with minimal risk. All right. I don't want to be risking too much on a Monday, especially with news coming out literally 30 minutes ago. War news, out of all news. You know what I mean? So we need to be very careful with that. All right, guys. But yeah, we'll see what we can cook up. At least you guys now have the idea as to what we want to be looking out for, which is mainly just longs, to be honest. All right. But yeah. Anyways, we are pumping up a little bit here, guys. So I'm gonna start locking in real quick. Let's see what we can cook up. All right, guys. So start hovering over the buy button because we are looking for longs. And let's see what we can get here. So we are getting the inverse very, very soon. Let me see if we can cook something up. We're already inversing the 5-minute fair value gap right over here. But I do want to enter off the 15-minute inverse. So let's see if we can get that. We are getting some pretty good buying pressure. Let's see if it's obviously able to hold up enough. Like I said, I'm going to be working with the stop loss at 384 if we do enter. It's just going to be the fair value gap off the 15-minute time frame and also maybe even the 5-minute. No, not the 5-minute, just the 15-minute. Not that the 15-minute has even closed, but it's just something that I feel comfortable with in this type of trade. So just make sure you guys are sizing light on this trade, guys. The stop loss is a little bit more extended. So just keep that in mind, okay, guys? And as you guys see right now, look at this aggressive volume, bro. I just don't like this off open. Like I said, I like the setup and I love the confirmations and the buying pressure and everything. But I'm just a little bit scared that, if we get an entry and we get like a little unfortunate pullback with the volume being so crazy, it's not just going to be any normal little pullback. It's going to be a pretty aggressive pullback. All right, so we need to be very, very careful with this setup. Bro, oh yeah, the VWAP. I completely forgot. Oh, that's not good. Dude, what the heck? I didn't even know the view was there. I mean, we can always wait for a hold above it. I mean, it's not too far away. We're just going to get a pre-late entry. So if anything, we could do something more like this. Yeah, but guys, thank you for mentioning the view up. Bro, I keep forgetting to turn it on, guys. Thank you for mentioning that. Now, we do have a lot of buying pressure. I don't really think the view up is going to get in the way too much. But just to be safe, we are going to wait for a break above the view up first. It is going to mess up a little bit of our price targets, though. But obviously, we rather be more safe than sorry. So yeah, I'm for sure gonna wait for the VWAP to get broken out of first, guys. Thank you for mentioning that, by the way. But yeah, we are gonna get a late entry due to the VWAP though. A late entry off the fair value gap. But yeah, we'll see. Now, if you guys don't really care about the VWAP, you guys can look for an entry here at 445. But I'm gonna be a little bit more safe. You know what I mean? It's still the opening market, so yeah, I'd rather just have everything confirmed than than just anticipate it, because you really don't know what this market's going to do. But yeah, so far, guys, we are still looking for a trade here. We're not in anything just yet. We do have a setup that we are inversing on the 15-minute time frame, but we're still waiting on that. The market, I mean, I don't know. It's at the entry, but it's not really pumping up too much. So maybe a fake out. It's probably going to get rejected off the VWAP, but we'll see. Now, ES has not approached this 15-minute fair value gap here just yet, though. But let's see. NQ's trying to push higher. It's about to approach the VWAP here, guys. So start paying attention, because we are looking for an entry above the inverse and above the VWAP. So obviously we have the inverse already. We're not getting too much buying pressure above the inverse, which kind of worries me a little bit. But if we're able to get some spike above the VWAP, showing us that buyers are still in control, then we can quickly go ahead and just take the trade. All right, guys. It's gonna have to. Our first skills are probably gonna have to be a scalp, just because obviously with the VWAP being the way and the price target being right around the corner, it's if we get one good push, then the price target is gonna be right there. We don't have to scale out here, but we could probably just trail our stop loss a little bit closer, just so we're not risking as much behind the trade. But yeah, guys. So we're officially on the VWAP. It looks like we're trying to reject from it. So really good call on our end that we waited for the VWAP and not off the inverse. And by the way, huge shout out to the person that told me to check the VWAP. I completely forgot I had it off. But yeah, it looks like we're actually rejecting from it for now, at least. Obviously, it's a little mini pullback for now. We can still continue going higher, but obviously we wouldn't want to be entering a trade and seeing drawdown, right? So I'd rather be more safe than sorry and just wait for the VWAP to get broken above. All right, guys. Yeah, so far nothing yet, guys. So far nothing yet. Yes, we have an entry, but we have not taken it yet. And I'm a little bit worried with ES, because if it does take a little bit of control, we do have to worry about this fair value gap to get inverse as well. So although we do have a really, really good setup with really good confirmations and really good buying pressure, we do have a little bit of restrictions behind this trade, guys. You have the VWAP and ES with the fair value gap as well. So hopefully this doesn't become too much of an issue. Although NQ is leading for now, you never know what's gonna do what it's gonna do later. And maybe the SMT flips and ES gains control, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, guys, the VWAP came in clutch once again. Oh my goodness, what a clutch from the VWAP, guys. Bro, who would have thought that an indicator would have so much fucking power in the markets, bro? Like, I feel like every time we get stopped out of a trade, guys, it's always because of the VWAP, and it's always when I have it off. You know what I mean? Who would have thought, bro? Who would have thought? But anyways, yeah, like I said, guys, we're still waiting on the entry right now. We are getting a little bit of a red candle here on the 5-minute time frame, which if we reject, that's totally fine. We would have avoided ourselves a losing trade. But if we do pump, obviously we would want a break past the previous candle high and a break past the VWAP as well. All right, guys. So yeah, by the way, I'll be back in a second. Hold on. All right, guys, I'm back. All right, we haven't done anything. All right, perfect. But yeah, guys. So so far nothing yet. We did avoid ourselves a very, very good loss from this VWAP. So really, really good thing that we had this on. Now, let's say you might be wondering, okay, well, David, now it's kind of looking like we can't really take longs. Well, to be honest, we kind of still can. Um, all we need is obviously us to break above this previous candle high, and then we can enter, right? But let's say the market actually ends up rejecting off the VWAP and actually goes lower. What can we do? Where's our setup? Where's our bias? Well, guys, thankfully for us, I actually saw this last second as I was getting on stream, but I noticed that we have a 5-minute fair value gap that we can actually go ahead and inverse right down here on the 5-minute time frame. As you guys see over here, if the market somehow, some way actually ends up rejecting all the way back down, even though we've already taken out some levels of liquidity, if we reject back down and we want to have a super, super bearish day today, we can look for a trade off of this 5-minute bullish fair value gap over here. It is a 55-point candle. It's a full buying candle. We are respecting it currently, as you can see right here. We have a few bounces off this 5-minute. So overall, this fair value gap here looks pretty good to trade, in my opinion. All right, but that's if we dump down. Obviously, right now, that is not the game plan. All right, guys. Right now, our bias is holding bullish above 315. We're just mainly trying to look for an entry above the VWAP. So that's kind of what we're waiting on. I'm sure we'll see it soon. I mean, we are trying to get a red to green candle flip, which just shows us that buyers are trying to gain full control. Now, in this case, what we can do is probably just, if we do end up getting a trade, we could probably put our stop loss at the candle low here on the 5-minute time frame. So we can have at least somewhat, in a way, of a structured stop loss. So if anything, we put our stop loss here at 403. It'll be a little bit of an extended stop loss, to be honest. But with today's volume, it's what we're going to have to do. Like I said, just size minimal risk. I'm going to be doing 5 micros. Do whatever you feel comfortable with this stop loss size. Okay, guys, we are getting a red to green candle flip showing us that buyers are stepping in. All right. Obviously, we're not in just yet. We haven't taken any trades. We're still waiting for a candle break and hold above the VWAP and the previous candle high. Once we get that, we enter, and then we just target these highs up here. All right, guys. We're going to be looking for a quick scalp from this trade, by the way, guys, because our price targets are nearby. At least PT number 1 is nearby. It's about 30 points away, depending on our entry. All right. Now, you don't have to take profits here, but I would definitely suggest at least trading your stop loss. All right. Are you concerned about the 1 hour and bearish breaker? I don't trade bearish breakers, nor do I really know what it is. Now, in terms of a 1 hour, we could target this 1 hour because our price target is actually below this 1 hour fair value gap. What do you think about volume profile? I do know it works. I just don't use it. Blast, what are your VWAP settings? They're plug and play. I didn't change any settings. Yeah, so far, guys, nothing yet, guys. Nothing yet. We are still rejecting off the VWAP, guys. So nothing yet. Now, like I said, if we want to go bearish, we can. it's low-key gonna take a very, very long time for us to get short. So if anything, we probably get shorts on the way down, guys. This is just like a plan B setup, I guess we can say, because this is a setup that we have after we take out every single level of liquidity, which I do not want to do. I mean, so if anything, we can always create a setup on the way down. I mean, I'm sure we have one, not on the 5-minute, but we probably have one on the 15-minute. Yeah, right here. I mean, we still have to wait for 50 more minutes for the candle close, though. Now, guys, remember, one thing I will say is, guys, the Apex discount is ending tomorrow, I think. I think it's ending tomorrow, but it's gonna be the activation fee discount. Now, to be honest, guys, they're probably gonna extend it again, but you never know. You really never know. But if you guys do want to get some accounts, especially with the new no activation fee update behind the Apex accounts, you guys can use code Blasters and it will apply the 90% off any funded account. So if you guys do want to get it, guys, the code is on the screen. You know, with Apex. All right. For those that don't know, Apex last week released some new accounts that have a no activation fee, which actually makes trading them a lot cheaper, in my opinion. Mainly because I think it's like 50% cheaper. If you're a consistent trader and you don't, if you don't have to pay the activation fee, what's it called? It just makes everything so much cheaper because you don't have to pay the $120 fee. You know what I mean? You just pay the account for like $70, I think, 70-ish, $80. And then you pretty much just pass it, and that's it. It's a you don't have to pay anything else. Anyways, guys, we are currently pumping up right now. Once again, let's see if this is gonna be the actual pump that we want to see here. Hopefully prices will start chopping up here because we don't want that. All right, but let's see if we can break and hold above this VWAP here finally. I'm probably gonna be looking for an entry above 462, which is the VWAP break and the previous candle high breakout. Obviously, we also need some pretty good buying pressure behind that, but I guess we get that on the way up. I mean, we are pretty close to the entry, so we'll see. But yeah, let's see what we can cook up here, guys. We are getting some more buying pressure on this 5-minute candle. We're about to get the breakout here. So let's see if we can enter, guys. Start hovering over the buy button, guys. Start hovering over the buy button. I'll let you guys know when I'm in. Remember, minimal risk. I'm doing 5 contracts. We're having a big stop loss with this trade, so don't size heavy because you're going to blow your accounts. Hold the buy button, guys. Hold on. We're waiting for a nice impulse here. Not too much of an impulse because we don't want a late entry, but we want to make sure that buyers are there and confirmed. All right, so we want to hold above 462, which is the previous candle high and the VWAP. See if we can get it here. So far, nothing yet, guys. But hover over the buy button because once we get it, you just got to click the button. All right, guys. So far, nothing yet. So far, nothing yet. So far, nothing yet, guys. Hold it. Yes, it's also picking up a little bit more buying pressure there. Not as much, but as long as it has buying, that's good. So it can lead us higher. Hover over the buy button, guys. So far, nothing yet, but hover over it. All right, I'll let you guys know when I'm in. So far, nothing yet. Price actually looks a little bit indecisive here, which I don't like. So hopefully we get an impulse soon so it shows us that buyers are in control. Let's get a little higher here. Hold on. Nope, still rejecting off the VWAP, guys. We're waiting for an impulse here, guys. That's what we want to see, a strong impulse. Without it, we're not entering, okay? But so far, nothing yet, guys. So far, nothing yet. What's the indicator name? VWAP. I mean, it's like we're right there on the entry, guys, but it's like I needed to break out with volume. Like we have volume, but I need stronger volume. Because I don't want to be entering and then the market starts chopping and doing this and that when we're in longs. You know what I mean? I want to make sure we enter and we go straight to the price target, which is not too far away either, but I need a pump here. It's like we're trying to get it, but it's struggling a little bit. Now, if it struggles too much, now I'll probably just avoid longs and come back, with another setup. But for now, it looks pretty new, pretty healthy, pretty, all that good stuff. But so far, nothing yet, guys. Yeah, no, nothing, guys. We're still rejecting off the VWAP, it seems like. Yeah, no, we are still rejecting off of it. But the candle's still holding green, which makes me still want to look for longs, but obviously I'm not rushing any entry just yet, guys. Now, if anything, no, I was gonna say if anything we could if no, I can't do that. I was gonna say, guys, if anything, if we don't hold the for longs, we can always look for a bearish bias into a 15-minute inverse. But the thing is, we don't have a bearish bias until 496, and this fair value gap is very small, so I don't even think we're gonna hold it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was worth a shot. You know what I mean? But yeah, for shorts, guys, I'm not gonna lie. If the market does sell off, I'm not gonna lie, we might be a little bit cooked because I don't have any setups around here. Nor do we even have a bias. I mean, we would need to hold the bias below 315 or 496 if we even take it out, which right now we're kind of struggling to, as you guys see on the 5-minute here. Hopefully this candle can push us up a little bit more here, but so far nothing, guys. So far pretty much nothing. But hey, really, really good patience on our end, guys, to be honest. Like, really, really good stuff. See, we're getting a little bit more buying pressure in this 5-minute candle. Let's see if the third time or the fourth time is a charm. Hopefully. I'm not trying to stay on the charts all day today. You know what I mean? But I know it's still rejecting. I don't know, guys. I might low-key skip out on this setup. We're not getting too much of a reaction from the inverse that we already got. And price seems to be struggling a lot from this view up here. I don't know. I might skip out on this one instead. Oh, hopefully we dump down so I don't have to worry about skipping out on it. I could just say it got, it just didn't get respected. But I don't know. Someone saying news it's coming out in 9 minutes. Don't tell me we have red folder news. No way. Oh, we do. PMI. Oh, okay. I mean, to be honest, it's a third-party PMI news, so it doesn't really do much, to be honest. But it's always better safe than sorry. But yeah, guys, so far nothing. And by the way, really good stuff on our patience, guys. Really, really good stuff, bro. We avoided ourselves like 2 losses already because we got like 2 false entries, one off the inverse and then one off the VWAP breakout. So really, really good stuff, guys, on your patience. But yeah, so far nothing yet, guys. Nothing yet, guys. But yeah, guys, once again, while we wait for our setups, guys, remember the Apex 90% off discount is ending. I think it's in 2 days. I don't know if it's tomorrow or if it's in 2 days. One of those two. But it's ending soon, guys. So if you guys do want to get it, once again, with the no activation fee accounts, go ahead and stack up on those accounts. Apex is 90% off all the funded accounts if you use code Blastoise or any of your favorite traders' codes. All right, guys. It's completely up to you guys. All right. But if you guys want to support me and the trades that I put out, then you can always use that code and it'll give you guys a discount. All right, guys. But yeah, so far, guys, nothing yet. To be honest, guys, if we get more buying pressure, I'm probably just going to skip out on this 5 and 15-minute inverse. I don't like it, to be honest. I just don't like how we're so indecisive above the inverse. But, guys, really, really good patience on our end, guys. Really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff, guys. Someone said, bro, we're evolving. Bro, we are, bro. We are. The VWAP is coming in clutch, bro. But yeah, guys, once again, if the market somehow, some way pumps back up above the VWAP and above the candle high, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm just going to skip out on it. I don't like it, to be honest. I really don't. I just don't like how indecisive we are here. All right. Plus, even if we do wait for another breakout, we will need to wait for a breakout above 466. By the time we get the entry, it'll be like 470. Guys, our price target will be like 25 points away, bro. It's not really worth it. You know what I mean? So it's not worth it. We can always just wait for another setup. Plus, I do have a 15-minute gap above up here, although it doesn't really look all that good because all-time high will only be 30 points away. But we can give it a shot for a little scalp. Maybe we could do like a 30-point stop loss. To be honest with you guys, I don't even remember the last time I used a 30-point stop loss. But hey, we can do it with the 1-to-1 here, if anything. But that's if the buying pressure looks really good. Right now, obviously, today's open is kind of mid. I mean, we had a good open, but now it's dying down thanks to the VWAP. So yeah. But yeah, guys. Yeah, I mean, now, to be honest with you guys, we are low-key selling off, but you guys might be like, oh, like, David, we're good. You know, even if we don't get longs, we're good. We have a 5-minute bearish fair value gap. Well, the thing is, guys, with this fair value gap, if we want to be bearish off of it and go lower, we kind of can, guys, because technically our bias still sits bullish. So if anything, we could probably even look for an inverse off this fair value gap, but I don't think it's worth it, guys, because once again, the view up is right around the corner. Well, it is 40 points away, so we can even target it. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. But for now, guys, to be honest, not much yet. You know, we have some setups nearby, which is mainly just this 5-minute bearish rally gap. But other than that, to be honest, we don't have much to really work with here yet. So we'll see. Yeah, I'd rather be cash than red. You know what I mean? I'd rather be more safe than sorry. Let me see. David, what's the game plan for the news and evals? What do you mean? What do you mean news and evals? The 10 a.m. news right now? Shorts? Nah, I wouldn't use that fair value gap. No. Guys, this fair value gap is mostly a wick. Remember, guys, when we're looking for fair value gaps, you want to be making sure that most, if not the whole candle, is a body candle. All right, do not use wick candles. Yes, you could possibly enter off this, but I wouldn't really suggest it. I would just kind of. Plus, why would you inverse this for shorts when your bias is still sitting bullish above 315? What this could be right here, guys, is just a pullback before we seek higher with the MSS model. But the body, no, it doesn't matter if the body is over 40 points. Remember, there's two things that you need to understand. The body needs to be over 40 points, and the candle needs to be mostly a body, right? Because what happens when you have a news candle that's, let's say, for example, 200 points, and the body is 40 points, but the wick is 160 points, right? You know what I mean? So you can't really do that. You need to make sure that most of the candle is a body. If it's not a body, you cannot trade it. It won't work the same. All right, because there's no imbalance there. I mean, you need an inactive imbalance. All right. Now, someone said here, how are you bullish? Well, it's not that I'm really bullish, but I'm not really bearish either. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get it. We're selling off right now, right? But you're kind of just trading what the market is doing right now, right? What the market could be doing right now is having a bullet. Remember, guys, for me, with my strategy, I'm bullish above 315. So as long as we hold above this, I'm bullish. So what the market could be doing right now is maybe something like this, where it creates higher highs and higher lows. And this could just be a pullback before we see higher. You know what I mean? So yeah, I get it. Right now, the market is selling off, and all of you guys are like, oh my God, shorts, right? But don't rush it, right? Our bias is still sitting bullish on the higher time frame, above 315. So like I said, all this could be is something that looks like this, right? Look at this, guys. It could be, obviously, we found our main low, main high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we take out all-time highs. This is what this could be. Remember, guys, the bias is bullish. Just because we're selling off does not mean that you have to be looking for shorts, all right? Give it some time. All right, let the market create its trend. Let the market create its momentum. Right now, we're in the middle of actually creating a trend. Why? How do we know this? Well, guys, what are we doing right now? We have our main low down here. The market is pulling back, right? We don't know if it's pullback just yet, but if it is, this would be our higher low before we seek higher. All right, now, if we're bearish, then we will be bearish below 315. All right, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Someone's in here, do you ever game? Yes, bro. I game maybe a little bit too much. Let me see. What's the high and low indicator called? I don't have a high and low indicator. Well, you can use this one. I have like one coded, but so guys, now we are low-key selling off. So whoever was bearish, now you can actually be more bearish with the more bearish buys below 315. All right, so now this is what we want to be looking for. Now, for me, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't really have an entry anywhere nearby here. Plus, we are surrounded with levels of liquidities. So I'm probably gonna hold off for a few more minutes. Plus, we have news coming out in 30 seconds. So we'll see how we do off that. If it's like super, super bearish, then we can probably look for shorts below 216. But for now, obviously, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer and wait for a more confirmed setup to come around. Remember, we only want to be trading A+ setups. We have been on a crazy winning streak lately, and we have that streak mainly because we are holding off on these, forced type of setups, and we're only trading the high confidence ones. All right, guys. But yeah. Someone said, do you have any videos on learning VWAP? To be honest, bro, you don't really need any videos to learn how to trade VWAP. Just put it on your chart, and if it tops it, you can use it as a price target. If it taps it, you can use it as a rejection point, as a bounce point. I mean, just use it as like an extra level. You don't really need any videos for it, to be honest. Yeah, guys. So far, not much yet. Now, if we low-key pump here, I want to be I want to be against longs. Um, Mainly because we still have that room for higher, and I still kind of want to be more bullish today, guys. Mainly because we already took out the lows and we haven't taken out any highs at coming into the New York market. But so far, I mean, we are looking trying to sell off. We are holding back down below 315, which means that our buys can start leaning more bearish. But like I said, we don't really have too much of a setup, so I'm not really in love with a bearish bias. Although, yeah, we can have it. It's just gonna take a little bit long for us to get an entry model because we have to dump over 100 points for the 5-minute inverse, unless we create something here. But I don't know. I mean, we're kind of, like I said, we're surrounded with levels of liquidity, so it's gonna be a little bit tricky because we can reverse at any given moment. I mean, we've already taken out most lows already. I mean, if we head lower, we're only going to take out more, right? So why would we want to short when we already took out most objectives for the day? I mean, we still can, but I wouldn't really be a big fan of it. For this morning, like I said, guys, I'm a big fan of longs with the bullish buys. Like I said, we haven't taken out any highs throughout the entire New York session, although we've been in the New York session for only 30 minutes. We haven't taken out any highs. We haven't taken out anything. You know what I mean? And we have room for higher, even into all-time highs. So, and obviously, we all know that all-time highs plays like a big magnet, right? So we need to be making sure that we have, that we have everything so we can maybe even take longs today. Someone say here, my bad, the all-time high indicator. Oh no, I just marked this level by myself. It's not too hard to find all-time highs, guys. You just go on the daily time frame and just zoom out, and then you'll just find it right there. So yeah, I don't have an all-time high indicator. In fact, I don't really think you need an all-time high indicator. It's not really, like I said, it's not too hard to find all-time highs. Just go on the daily time frame, zoom out, and then just mark out the highest point that you see. Yeah, guys. So far, not much yet. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not really in love with this market too much. This open was kind of mid. What indicator do you use for your VWAP? Well, okay. So for guys, I'm getting a lot of questions for the VWAP. It's super easy to get. Look, pay attention. All right, guys. Go to TradingView. Right. When you're on TradingView, click on indicators. Right. Then search up VWAP. It'll be under technicals. Right. It'll be the first one that comes up. It's the one that says volume weighted average price, not the one that says auto anchored. The one that says volume weighted average price. It's the first one. Just click this and that's it. You don't have to change any settings. You don't have to apply any numbers or anything. It's plug and play. All right, guys. I don't change any settings. All right. Someone say here, market's always mid when I trade. Well, bro, dude, I'm gonna have to ban you, bro. Dude, we don't want you trading, bro. We need a good market, bro. What are you doing? No, I was kidding. Let me see here. Took last week off, last sprints, come back, and Monday's dead so far. Bro, come on now, bro. Can you explain how to use VWAP? There's like a million ways to use VWAP. For me, I kind of just use it as like an extra level of liquidity. It's not really technically a level of liquidity, but as you guys see, the market does respect it when we do tap into it, right? So if we have an entry right below the VWAP, maybe hold off on the entry until we break above it, so you know that we're not going to reject off the VWAP as you enter. I mean, you got to be very careful with that. So yeah, just be careful with that. To be honest, like I said, there's like a million ways to use it. You can use it as a bias, as a confirmation, as an entry. For me, I use it more for like a confirmation, to be honest. But yeah. Hey David, I did the VWAP, but it shows me a green line. Oh yeah, that's normal. Look, go to the settings, the VWAP settings, and if it's all preference. To be honest, you can leave it on. I just don't because I just don't like so many lines on my chart. It kind of looks like a mess, so I just turn it off. For the most part, bro, you're only gonna be using the blue line anyways. So I kind of just like to have these off. But if you want to be a little bit more safe and use them, you definitely can. All right, bro. But for me, I don't really use them. I just use the blue line. Yeah, guys. So far, we are still low-key selling off a little bit more here. Like I said, I don't have an entry anywhere. We do have some setups. So if anything, we could probably get a fair value gap projection before we go lower, or as we head lower, and maybe get a fair value gap trade. But even then, let's say for example, right, we reject 40 points and we get an entry here. Our price target is only going to be 20 points. So, like I said, I can't really take shorts anywhere here, guys. I would need to wait for a break below the 200s. 5 minute fair value cap at 192. Well, are you looking at my screen share, bro? I've been talking about the fair value for like the last 20 minutes, bro. Yeah, it's right here, bro. I've been had it. It's the one that I've been talking about. Sorry, in the middle of cooking, bro. You're good, bro. You're good. You're good. Anyways, guys, yeah, like I said, we can kind of hold off on the market for a few more minutes now. By the way, news came out and it turned out to be one of the smallest candles compared to all of the ones that we had this morning. So that goes to show how bad red folders are when it comes to third party companies that reports the news, which is ISM. All right, guys. So yeah, not the craziest market so far, but it's something. You know what I mean? It's definitely something. Yeah, so far nothing yet, guys. But patience beats red days. So now, very important, guys. Very, very important. I completely forgot about this. Guys, I completely forgot to say this. But, okay. Now, one thing I'll tell you guys is this week, I'm going to be trading from Monday, today, obviously, to Thursday. The normal schedule. You guys know I don't trade Fridays. But on Thursday, I will not be live trading. All right, guys. And actually, I will be a little bit late to the market open on Thursday. Why? Because, guys, I'm going on a trip to Dominican Republic. All right, and my flight happens to leave at 8 in the morning, and I get there at 10:20, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna get there like I think Dominican Republic is actually 1 hour ahead or behind from EST. I think. No, I'm not flying private, bro. I don't got it like that, bro. But but yeah, guys, I am gonna be flying out to the Dominican Republic. Um, and what's it called? Yeah, I'm still gonna be trading once I land and I'm in the Uber and everything because it's looking a far drive to the resort that I'm going. So I could trade on like on the go, but obviously I can't be. I'm not gonna be in the Uber freaking saying, "Yo, guys, I'm in longs." You know what I mean? So yeah, I got you guys, of course. You know what I mean? Now expect this from me a little bit more, guys, because what's it called? I want to start using my dividends investments to actually start traveling a little bit more, and putting a little bit more excitement in my life. To be honest, I always stay home, so yeah. David, I'm Dominican. Yo, how many Dominicans do we have in here, bro? I say like a good handful. Not me, bro. I'm Dominican, bro. But yeah, make videos. Oh, I'm gonna make videos. Trust me, bro. Me, bro. You should go to Switzerland, dude. I want to go to Switzerland so bad, bro. But it's okay, a little bit expensive. So maybe a little bit more. You know, a little bit more in the future. You're in PR right now, but PR is beautiful, bro. Some said no shorting. No, we're not shorting just yet. We're waiting on a little bit more selling pressure, but for now, we're not really even getting it. We're still a little bit bullish above 315, guys. So yeah, we're still waiting on it. Now we can look for an inverse off this 5 minute though. It wouldn't be too bad. I'm just a little bit worried with that VWAP though. It gets closer and closer every time, bro. I'm not gonna have a 20-point price target. I just don't want to do that. So yeah, guys, today we don't have too many A plus setups. If I'm being honest with you guys, you have 1.2K off the NQ opening range breakout. Nice, bro. To be honest, bro, just call it a day if you're that green. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna lie. We are looking at some mind pressure. The thing is, I don't know where to enter longs from, bro. I don't want to enter longs here, even though it's a good entry model. It's not bad. It's just the VWAP is in the way of the price target, bro. Because we will have a price target at 467.25, right? 30,467.25. But the thing is, the VWAP is in the middle of the way. So if we hit the VWAP, we're gonna barely miss the price target by like an extra 30 points, and then we go down. You know what I mean? I don't want that. And I don't want to target the VWAP for only 25 points because we're not gonna be taking profits. You know what I mean? So we're a little bit screwed here, to be honest. We can still take longs. Don't get me wrong, guys. We can still take long. We can still take longs here, but it's gonna be a little bit messy. That's the one thing I don't like. Hold on, guys, bro. My fucking All right, guys, I'm back. My bad, bro. Bro, I heard my cats freaking throw down the bucket of cat food that they had, and they're fucking eating it off the floor, bro. Ah, dude, these cats, bro. It's like you feed them and it's not enough, bro. Anyways, okay. But yeah, like I said, I would love to take longs here. Like I said, my bias is still bullish. We are getting some pretty good buying pressure. You know, it's picking up. You know, we had the pullback. Everything looks pretty good. The thing is, if we take longs, guys, we're gonna have to target this VWAP here. That's the only problem that I just don't want to have. You know what I mean? Oh shit, put the wrong. Hold up, guys, one sec. Yeah, so far, I mean, it's looking a little bit choppy. But yeah, like I said, guys, more on the trip, guys. Yeah, I will be leaving on Thursday at 8 in the morning. So I won't be able to make it for the opening market, but that doesn't mean I can't trade for the whole day. All right, guys. So yeah, I'll still be trading on Thursday. I'll still be alerting. I'll still be posting my setups and everything. And maybe the thing is, you guys might be wondering, well, David, why don't you just go live when you get to the resort? Well, unfortunately, guys, with my whole flight and everything, the resort check-in time is at 3 p.m. So by the time I get there and everything, bro, it's gonna be so close to market close that it's not even gonna be worth live trading. You know what I mean? So if anything, you know, I'll probably just trade like with my hotspot and just trade on my laptop and just alert my trades through text instead of doing live trading. Obviously, I'm sure you guys will live. You know what I mean? It's just one day of me not live trading. Plus, I'll still be alerting, so it's really not the end of the world. You guys will be fine. All right. But in the meantime, from Monday to Thursday, let's make sure that we make money, so we don't have to worry about. I mean, from Monday to Wednesday, you know, let's make money, so we don't have to worry about Thursday too much. You know what I mean? Yeah. What resort are you going to? I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't even know, bro. My girlfriend pretty much picked all that out. I just paid for it. But yeah, like I said, I want to start traveling a little bit more with my monthly dividend income that I'm getting. Because like I said, guys, I don't really do anything with my life, bro. I'm always at home. And I kind of want to change it up a little bit. You know what I mean? I want to spice it up a little bit, explore some new things. You know, that's what life is about. You know what I mean? So yeah. And once I turn 21, guys, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. Bro, I'm about to live on a cruise, bro. Dude, I'm gonna be on a cruise every month, dude. But yeah, the main reason I don't do cruise, so I don't really cruise too much, guys, is because I'm only 20, bro. Go to India. I don't know, bro. I don't really like. Maybe one day. Are there any good sites to India? Like any like tourist spots to India? Someone said, "Why'd you go silent, bro? What are you talking about, bro? Any good? No, no, I'm being serious, bro. Like, dude, every place has like its bad side, bro. Someone said India's amazing, but you will get the shits. What does that mean? From the food or go to PR? No, but I've been to PR like a bajillion times, bro. I want to change it up a little bit. I want to go to the Dominican Republic now. Go to Japan. Oh, bro, dude, I want to go to Japan really bad. I want to go to Switzerland really bad. And that's kind of it, to be honest. I thought you were in it, bro. I'm not Indian, bro. I'm Cuban. Switzerland is beautiful but boring, bro. Sometimes you need a little bit of peace and quiet, bro. I want to be on top of a mountain, bro, with like the most majestical view ever, with the most beautiful river or something. I don't know. Do they have rivers? I think they do, right? Dude, yeah, dude. Switzerland is amazing, bro. I don't know how it can get boring, especially when it's snowing, bro. Dude, I can't imagine, bro. That must be a dream being over there, bro. Come visit me in bro. No way you're in Africa, bro. What? Are you Cuban? Yes, I am Cuban. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. I'm really tempted to take longs from this inverse here. I just don't like that VWAP being the way. And the thing is, we can't even wait for a break above the VWAP, mainly because our price figures will be pretty bad here. You know what I mean? It'll be a 30 point, which it's not horrible to be honest, but it could definitely be better, bro. Today's market is definitely not the best, to be honest, guys. And the ES is kind of just stuck there doing nothing. I just don't want to force anything out on a Monday and have you guys take a loss over chop. So I want to be making sure I'm putting out like the best trade possible. If not, I don't put it out. You know what I mean? But as far as confirmations go, we're bullish. We have some buying pressure. We're about to break past the previous candle highs. We have room for higher. It looks good. I just don't like that view up being the way, bro. Googie, hey, come here. But yeah, I'd be more satisfied staying cash. Oh yeah, the thing is, we don't have to stay cash today. I mean, we're still near. We're not even 1 hour into market open. You know what I mean? But you guys get what I'm saying though. Like this open is kind of not the most giving. You know what I mean? First live, hey, welcome, 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 welcome. Unfortunately, for it being your first live, it's not the most interesting market. I will say that. But we do have our patience. We do have our discipline. We're not going to be forcing out any setups. All right, guys. Until it looks perfect to me. All right. But it's good you're waiting. The amount of times, yeah, bro, the amount of times that we've rejected off the view up today is insane. But the thing is, even if the market does dump here, it's like I'm down to take shorts. It's just I don't have any setup until like the 190s, and we're currently trading at the 350s. You know what I mean? Don't come to the big cities like Germany. All I can say, how come? Yeah, yeah. How come? Is good energy? Oh yeah, always, bro. That's always how we stay here. Not very nice. How come? I mean, I've heard pretty good things about Germany, right? Whoa, wait, wait, wait. What the heck, guys? I looked away for 2 seconds and we just pumped. Hold up, 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 hold up. What the heck is happening? The news come out or something? Dude, I literally looked away like a second ago and we were red. Now we're pumping up. I mean, if we have buying pressure like this, we can probably look to take longs. It'll probably have to be with the light size still, guys. I don't even really want to really risk too much in today's market. But where the heck did that pump come from? I literally did not notice it. Let me see if we can catch some longs here, guys. It still looks a little bit aggressive in a very not so pleasing way in terms of price not being very clean. Like we don't have any momentum. That's the one thing I don't like. I don't know. A part of me is saying to skip the setup just because of the VWAP and the whole price being a little bit indecisive today with no trend. But another part of me is saying, hey, we're spiking up a little bit here. We are picking up a little bit more buyer aggression. We have room for higher and everything. We can look to take longs. So I don't know. I'm still deciding whether I want to take the setup or not, guys. But I don't know. It's just the market, bro. The setup is not bad itself. It's just the market's kind of mid this morning. If anything, I know we can get a quick scalp for sure, but I know you guys don't want to scalp. I know you guys probably want a really big trade, but we can't really get that when the market itself is not really moving. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to cook something up for you guys, but I'm not really seeing anything I'm like loving too much, to be honest. I'm really, really tempted to take longs off this though. Like really, really, really tempted. A part of me really hopes that we reject back down so we don't have to worry about the setup for the next like hour or so, but it's gonna be hard to tell when we're getting a spike in volume here. But yeah, so far I'm not really loving anything at market open today, guys. That's why we're still cash today. No trades taken. Hey, we did avoid ourselves a very, very good loss though. So I'm really, really happy with that. Because guys, look, we got the inverse and we got a 30. Wait, what? We pumped up. Oh no, that's off the 5 minute. I was about to say no, it was off the 15 minute. Off the 15, guys, we only pumped up 15 points. You know what I mean? And then we hit the V up and we rejected back down. So we would have gotten stopped out there if we would have taken the trade without the V up on. I mean, so really, really, yeah. To me, avoiding a loss, just like KW said, is a win to me, bro. Yeah, I mean, we protected our capital and we still have it all. You know what I mean? So that's really good on our end. Someone's like, can you trade on a cruise? Hell yeah, bro. Dude, cruises have some really good Wi-Fi, bro. You'd be surprised. I'm pretty sure they use Starlink. That's why it's so good. But yeah, bro, you can trade on a cruise for sure, bro. Last, are you a millionaire? No, bro. I'm not a millionaire yet, bro. We're getting close to it, but no, we are not a millionaire yet, bro. So Kenny said a demon on the left shoulder, an angel on the right. Dude, that's literally what it is, bro. Bro, one side is telling me trade the markets, and the other side is saying, bro, avoid it, bro. I feel like we could take longs after we take a New York low on New York. But no, I mean, dude, we can really, to be honest, bro, we can take longs already. But It's more on just how price is moving, bro. It's not the best, bro. It's very there's no trend. There's not much happening. I don't know. I might just let me see. I can't trade on vacation. One lot, dude. I know, bro. Bro, guys. Okay, guys. Step on one. If you guys remember when I went to Aspen and I tried trading on vacation, bro. If you guys remember, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Guys, hear me out. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for the most mentally draining experience of my life, bro? I spent for the first time ever, like the most I've ever spent in my life, like on a trip because my mom really wanted to go to Aspen to see the snow and snowboard and everything, bro. I spent like $8,000 on that trip between me, my mom, and my dad because we all went together, bro. Guys, I get there. I'm feeling so good, bro. Like, oh my gosh, finally snow, like cold weather. Like you're in Miami. It's hot, winter, summer, spring, everything, right, bro? Guys, I surprised my mom for Christmas, the week of Christmas, to go to Aspen to see the snow. Bro, guys, I get there. I'm like, all right, let's get a little trick going. Let's get a little trick cooking up. Guys, I go on my biggest losing streak I've ever had in the history of my career, bro. On Christmas, on vacation. Dude, oh my good. Dude, I did ask wanted to quit trading. You guys do not understand. I wanted to quit trading so bad, bro. Bro, the whole trip, guys, I couldn't smile, bro. The whole trip, I couldn't smile, bro. So I've learned the hard way, guys. Do not trade on vacation. Now, I'm kind of contradicting myself because I'm going on vacation on Thursday until Sunday, and I'm gonna try to trade on Thursday. But I've learned to control my emotions a little bit more. So I don't know. I'll try Thursday. But guys, bro, worst week of my life, bro. Guys, I lost I think 7 trades in a row. In between 4 days. Because remember, Christmas is closed. Markets are closed on Christmas. Guys, oh my goodness, bro. Worst week of my life, bro. On vacation. Bro, that has ruined everything, bro. So, yeah, guys. Take it from me, right? We've all had very, similar experiences. Guys, do not trade on vacation. Please, take my advice. Do not trade on vacation. Ever. Anyways, right now, guys, we are low-key pumping up a little bit off this inverse here. Like I said, I'm kind of a little bit skeptical of taking this setup, but I kind of do want to take it, at least with light size, so we don't risk too much, if anything. But it's just that VWAP being in the way, bro. I'm not going to let my temptation get to me, guys. I mean, if anything, we can wait for a break above the VWAP and maybe just have like a little price target. But the one thing I don't want to do, guys, is enter and then we hit the VWAP and we reject back down. Plus, even if we do take a trade off the VWAP, we could still have a pretty good price target at 35 points, which it wouldn't be too bad. So, yeah, if anything, we can do that, to be honest, guys. It would just be more of a scalp trade. So it'll be more of a quick in and out trade. All right, guys, let's see. We are getting some more buying pressure here. Like I said, I'm just a little bit 50-50 on the setup just because of the volume. But in terms of everything else, it looks pretty good, to be honest, guys. Like I said, we have a bullish bias. We have somewhat of an MSS model, if you even want to call this an MSS model. We have buying pressure. We have room for higher. You know what I mean? We've already taken out all the lows. We haven't taken out any highs. You know what I mean? So it's like something here. If it closes above the fair value gap, you enter. No, guys, remember, for me, I'm against candle closures. I do not like trading off candle closures. So no, I trade if we get a breakout above it. But the only reason why I'm not entering off this inverse here is because we have the VWAP right around the corner. So let's say, for example, right, we enter and we get like a 20-point pump. Yeah, we're green, and then we reject out the VWAP and it goes back down into our stop loss. We don't want that. All right, guys, we do not want that. So what we want to make sure of is, for now, yes, we're creating the MSS model. We're getting somewhat of a more bullish trend, a pretty nice bullish momentum. We're pumping up. But what we want to wait for here, guys, is wait for the inverse, get enough buying pressure, wait for a break above the VWAP, and then we target the rest of the liquidity. All right, guys, just so we're extra safe. Like I said, I just don't want to be entering longs here with price being a little bit weak in volume and speed and aggression. And then we hit the VWAP, and then we reject back down to our stop loss. We don't want that. All right, guys. So in this case, I would much rather just wait for a later entry, have a smaller price target, but we have the peace of mind knowing that the trade has a higher probability. I mean, so for now, I'm not. In fact, let me just move this up here. I mean, so no one gets confused. right, guys? But like I said, today, guys, it's all about patience. All right. Today's market is not that good. So we have to be very careful with the setups that we choose. You know what I mean? You don't want to be entering longs and then the market kind of just chops out on you. I mean, so just be very careful. All right. So for now, like I said, we should wait for one more pump, wait for a breakout above the view up, and then we just take longs. Someone say here, David, just click buy, bro. I was yapping, bro. Come on now, bro. Let me see. Someone said here, I know nothing on how to trade, but I want to learn, bro. That's why you're here, bro. Ask me questions, bro. Ask everyone here questions. Most people here do have the experience with my strategy, so you can ask anyone questions, and bro, we're here to help, bro. And if anything, there's videos all over the Discord. If you do want me to suggest you some, so you can start off trading, let me know. I can send you some pretty good ones. All right, bro. Just give me the word. You know what I mean? And that goes for anyone in here. If you guys are on YouTube or if you guys are in the premium or on Discord, let me know. If you guys are new, let me know. I'll help you guys out. It's my job. You know what I mean? Someone here, Iran sent bombs. What do you mean? I'm sure the market would have been reacting already. So let me just see if that's true. I'm not lying to you guys. I've been using Financial Juice a lot more than Walter Bloomberg lately for my news. It's just been a little bit more reliable. But no, I'm not really seeing anything on Iran sending out bombs or anything. So I don't know where you got that from. Let me check Walter Bloomberg. Maybe he sent something. Yeah, no, I'm not really seeing anything. But yeah, guys, look at this, bro. Another loss avoided, guys. Look, if we would have entered off the inverse here, bro, look at this. Definitely feel bearish. It's not about what you feel, bro. It's what the market is telling you, bro. All right. Right now, it's chop. There's not much of a bias. Yes, we're bullish above 315, but dude, the momentum is horrible. Remember, guys, it's not what you feel. All right. A lot of fake outs today, guys. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not liking these fake outs too much, bro. Because what happens when it comes time to actually entering a trade and we get faked out, bro? Good point. Yeah, 100%. Remember, guys, never go based off what you're feeling. If the market is bearish and you're feeling bullish, just stay cash. You know what I mean? But never go against the trend, guys. All right? Never, ever do that. But yeah, no, I will admit, guys, today the market does have a lot of fake outs. So I don't know how much longer we're going to stay on the markets because, dude, guys, today we've had like 2 or 3 inverses and none of them have worked out. Let me see. Someone said here, well, I'm new into this group, which first and foremost, welcome, guys. Welcome. Let me see. I would love to be a profitable trader. What should I do first? Well, here, if anything, I'm gonna link you and I can't really read your name. It's kind of dotted out for me. But the guy with the truck profile picture, it's because I have streamer mode on, so Discord blocks out the names. But here, I'm gonna send you guys some videos that I suggest, like, it's good to start off. So just check out these videos, and once you guys finish watching those videos, just add me in the chat, and just tell me, hey, I finished. What's the next step? And I'll show you guys some more advanced stuff in the markets. All right, guys. But these videos should give you a good blueprint on what to expect, how it works, and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and add you guys real quick. The other guy that asked was Mag. So Mag74. Okay, guys, check out those videos. Save the videos for later because obviously we're trading right now. And watch them later. All right, guys. If you have any questions, just let me know. All right. I got you, bro. I got you, guys. David is perm. Yeah, that's not perm, bro. Plus, I've been rocking slick backs a lot more now. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, we are getting another red to green candle. Like I said, I'm not really in love with today's market too much, bro. Like I said, we have our setups, but nothing is really getting respected. There's a lot of fake outs left and right, bro. A big part of me is saying to stay cash and come back later, bro. I obviously don't want to leave you guys without a trade for this morning, but something is better than red. You know what I mean? And look at ES, dude. ES is not moving at all, bro. Look at this, dude. Yeah, guys, today's market is a little boring. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But we're trying to make it work. We're definitely trying our best here, but this is not that good, bro. Someone say here, any chance you can explain SMTs? To be honest, bro, I don't really trade SMTs all that much, bro. So I don't really know how to explain SMTs that much. But to me, pretty much an SMT is just when one is leading past the other, or one is bearish and one is bullish. And that's pretty much what an SMT is. But in terms of explaining it, I'm sure there's better traders out there that can explain it a lot better than me. Because like I said, I don't really trade it as my main strategy, nor do I really rely it. But it's you know, I just don't know how to explain it that good compared to like fair value gaps and draw liquidity. Because I don't use it. You know what I mean? I'll mention it here and there, but that's as far as it goes. But anything else I can't explain because obviously I traded a lot more. David, please send me. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, the videos were right up there, but I'll send them again if you need them. There you go. Just save those videos. Save all those links and watch those videos when you have some time, guys. And whenever you guys have questions, just let me know. All right, I'll always be here to help you guys out. Someone say here takes his scalp above the view up and call it a day. Well, the thing is, it's very hard to take a scalp when you're questioning every move in the market. You know what I mean? This thing looks like a Christmas tree. Everything is red, green, red, green. There's no trend anywhere. So I don't know. Maybe it's like I want to take longs here, but a big part of me is I kind of do want to avoid it, bro. It just doesn't look all that confirmed. Like, yeah, right now, look, we're pumping up, and the next candle is probably going to be red. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I just put it on here, and if you guys want to trade it, you guys can. But I kind of want to skip out on this, dude. I don't really like it too much. It's just price is too aggressive. It has no momentum. It has no trend. It's just going up and down. You know what I mean? Let me see how we go above this inverse and maybe above the view up, and I'll consider maybe entering. But for now, bro, a big part of me is saying just stay cash, bro. There will be better days in the markets. You know what I mean? Just because we don't trade this one doesn't mean we won't ever get a trade ever again. You know what I mean? Like, I want to trade. I want to give you guys a setup and everything, but dude, the thing is boring as hell. And you guys are seeing all the wicks that are coming through with this candle here. So if anything, I mean, we can always come back during the PM session if price gets cleaner. Sometimes PM sessions are better than the AM sessions, and today's looking like it for sure. But it's like, I just don't know what to trade here, bro. We have setups, we're not getting respected, and then we get random pumps here and there. You know what I mean? But isn't this just straight chop? I wouldn't say it's chop. It's just the momentum is a little bit weak. You know what I mean? Like we are low key trending a little bit, but you know what I mean? Like it's just not that clean. It's not like we're only going up. You know what I mean? You see, W mindset, David. This is what 100%, bro. 100%. Like I said, I'll leave this setup up on the screen. Maybe some people just don't care about it, and maybe you guys are on evals. If you guys want to take this trade, you can. But I don't know. A big part of me in terms of like taking only A+ setups, I don't think the setup is really that perfect. Because if you guys remember, like from time to time, but we've taken these setups before, like we have everything confirmed and everything. And when it comes to price being weak, it always just goes against us. Because remember, guys, let me ask you guys something. What is the one leading factor in the markets? Like, what is the one thing that the markets need to move? I'll let you guys answer while I wait for this to kind of try to break out here. We are low-key pumping up a little bit. But guys, I'm not gonna wait for you guys to say the answer. I'm seeing a lot of you guys are typing the answer. But guys, it is volume, guys. No matter what setup, exactly, volume. Guys, no matter what setup you guys have in the markets, if you don't have volume to support it, the setup is not gonna work, no matter how confirmed it is. And that's the case that we're having today, guys. We don't have that much volume in the markets or momentum. We don't have that much momentum in the markets, although we do have a lot of confirmations. I just don't really feel comfortable trading this market with it moving like this. You know what I mean? It looks very uncertain. Like, yes, it could work out, but the probability definitely lowers behind the setup. You know what I mean? So yeah. And we'll see. Let's see if we can even break above this view up. I mean, we've been rejecting off of it quite a bit here. So, we definitely are avoiding ourselves some losses for sure. But for now, I'm just not loving anything just yet, guys. Like I said, I'm going to leave the setup on the screen. If you guys want to take it above the view up, you can. I'm still deciding whether I want to take it or not. A big part of me is leaning towards no and come back later. But if we do get a spike, a big part of me will want to enter this trade. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. You know what I mean? Let me see. I'm not trade hungry, but my evals do refresh on the 28th, which you have more than enough time. Yeah, dude, the month just started, bro. You're good. But let's say, for example, in the given case where you were in a little bit of a time crunch with your evals, just size heavier. You don't have to force trades or anything, just size heavier behind the setups that you do get. You know what I mean? So you can make a little bit more money behind it. That's what I would do. Need to watch for ES to run into the view up. Well, you don't really need to watch ES at all today, to be honest, because ES is not moving at all. So yeah, it's just mainly in Q today, guys. David, if your evals expires, do we need to pass them or pay for them? No, I think they just get removed from your account. Do you recommend 4 micros on a 50K? Well, it's not what I recommend. It's what stop loss are you using. If you're using a 30-point stop loss, you could do like 7 to 10. If you're doing a 60-point stop loss, then do like 4 to 5. You know what I mean? It really all depends on your stop loss, not on your contracts. You know? Yeah, of course. Remember, guys, I always tell you guys this. Always base your contract size based off your stop loss number on your accounts. All right? Always keep that in mind. And by the way, guys, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not really one to do this too much, but guys, I might just skip out on the setup, bro. I just do not like this volume, bro. I do not feel comfortable on really trading this. It just looks very uncertain. Like I said, it could play out and everything is lined up for higher. I just don't like this momentum at all, bro. I want to trade something cleaner. I want to trade like a really, really bullish or bearish trend. You know what I mean? I'm really tempted to take it, especially now that we're holding above the inverse and above the VWAP and we have some buying pressure. It's just, bro, with this market being so uncertain, bro, any little sell-off will get us straight into the stop loss. You know what I mean? So maybe we come back later for the PM session and take something better. I mean, dude, look, we're still even rejecting off the VWAP. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense. It's just not good. You know what I mean? All right, guys, my fault. All right, there we go. I'm slapping something up. Just play it safe. It's too risky. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Like I said, if you guys want to take this on an eval, you can. It doesn't look bad at all. Your price targets aren't the best, though, and price also isn't the best. So if you are going to take the risk, please understand what you're risking. I mean, the market sucks today. Like, it's complete garbage. So for me, I'm keeping everything A+. This is not for me, to be honest, guys. I mean, I'll stay on and wait for another setup. I do not, I don't mind waiting more. You know what I mean? But I'm not taking this setup. That's for sure. I need a better trend, bro. You might call it here. I don't even blame you. I would too. This market sucks. Look, we got an inverse like 20 minutes ago, and we're barely up 10 points from it. That should tell you something. You know what I mean? We waited to 11 last week. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't mind waiting for more. I'm just not taking this setup. I don't like it. If you guys want to take it, by all means, go ahead, be my guest. But just understand the risk behind it. You have the VWAP, it keeps rejecting. There's no momentum. There's barely any trend. The volume is super indecisive. The best thing you're working with is some confirmations for a bullish bias. But what's a confirmation without volume? You know what I mean? You can't work with that. You know what I mean? So I'd rather just come back later if the market becomes better and we just trade that. Yeah, I'd rather wait for A+. I agree, 100%. Like I said, I'll stay on, but do you guys see what I mean? Look at this, guys. Look. Do you see what I mean? Guys, we have avoided ourselves like 4 losses today, bro. We have avoided like 3 or 4 losses. But guys, every inverse that we've gotten today has not gotten respected at all. Look, the inverse here, not respected. The inverse here, barely respected. The inverse here, not respected. What are the inverse that we have here? This one, kind of worked out. It's not really an inverse, to be honest, but if you want to count it, you can. Right, but I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from, right? I just want to make sure that we're making money and we're catching the right trades. I'm not going to be forcing out a trade just because you guys want to trade. You know what I mean? We got to practice our discipline and our patience. Speaking of, by the way, guys, the website is almost done, guys. It should be ready in the next 2 weeks, maybe? Around there. So, yeah, we'll see. The VWAP plane, dude, I never seen the VWAP get so respected like this, bro. Yeah, what's the site for? Here, I'll show you guys. Now, I'm not going to explain it. Once again, it's going to take forever to explain what the website is about. But I will link you guys a video if you guys do want it. Let me try to find it, though. If you do want to check it out, if you guys are curious as to... for those that don't know... Wait, first of all, let me take off my jacket, guys. It is so hot in my house. I am sweating, bro. Anyways, so for those that don't know, maybe for those tuning into, like, you guys are new to the Discord and all that good stuff. Guys, I'm going to be rebranding this Discord and completely retiring. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not retiring. No, but I am going to be rebranding this Discord. Now, when you hear the word rebrand, don't get scared. I'm not changing anything. In fact, I'm only going to be improving the Discord. I'm going to be adding more things that I feel like will be more reliable, more for longevity, if that makes sense. I feel like a big part of when I live trade, guys, because obviously a lot of you guys in here are in here for the trades and for the live trading. A lot of you guys in here don't really care about the education. Maybe you guys are just busy as is with your life, and you maybe just want to make something on the side for some extra cash. That's totally fine. I'm not against it, right? But a lot of people in here are also in here to learn, right? And when alerts get in the way, when we have a losing streak, the chat can get very toxic, and the Discord can really you know, it can really take a big turn. So if I want more longevity and a good mental space, even when we have a losing streak, I want to kind of rebrand the Discord to a more educational priority type of thing rather than trades being the priority. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop live trading, and that doesn't mean I'm going to stop daily trading and live trading. And the thing is, I want to focus more on teaching you guys while trading rather than just trading and getting off for the day. You know what I mean? So I'm working on a journaling website that it's like more of like a coach slash guide slash, I don't know how to put it into words, but we're looking for to help you guys. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's a lot of things that I'm trying to change for you guys, but for the better, like for more longevity, like to help you guys learn how to trade and become your own boss in the future. You know what I mean? You guys know I don't really have a boss. You know what I mean? If I want to get off the stream right now, I'm gonna get off. You know what I mean? I don't have anyone telling me they have to stream till this time, right? And I want you guys to have the same opportunity, so you guys can live your life and maybe even achieve financial freedom, or maybe even some sort of comfort in your life. I mean, that's why we all trade, you know what I mean? So we can make money and live our life, right? But obviously, if you're following someone, which is not bad, but if you're following someone for your entire trading career, what happens when I quit? You know what I mean? And I'm being honest with you guys. I'm not trying to say I'm all this or all that, but I'm in a lot of trading communities out there, and I'm sure you guys can agree if you guys are in a lot of communities out there as well. Not many people do it like how we do. You guys know I'm very, very passionate and very, very hungry for my community. I want you guys to be succeeding every single time, every single day of the week. You know what I mean? And we have to learn how to do that. You know what I mean? Just not just by following my trades. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's nothing bad with following my trades or anything. It's just, you have to learn. You know what I mean? You have to put the work in as well. You know what I mean? Anyways, here I'm gonna send, for anyone interested in what the website has to offer and how how it's gonna work and everything. I'm gonna send you a video link here, guys. Right over here in the chat, as you guys see right here. The heck? Right here. Just skip to 26 minutes in the video. That's where I explain it. There you go. If you guys want to check it out, just skip to 26 minutes in this video. All right, guys. Anyways, we're getting a little bit more buying pressure once again. Like I said, guys, I'm going to skip on this setup. I just don't feel comfortable trading it. If you want to take the risk and maybe even take it on like an eval, just wait for a break above the previous candle high plus the view up, so you can at least get some sort of confirmation for the entry. But if you were to ask me, I would tell you guys just skip the setup. It's not that good. And surprise, surprise, we're getting another rejected onto view up, guys. Yeah, it's not. I'd say just come back later, to be honest. I think that's our best bet. Hey, but I will say, guys, we did avoid some losses, so in my eyes, that's a win to me, bro. Blast, do you live trade during the PM session? I'm gonna be completely honest with you, bro. Very rarely. I don't really do PM session live trading, guys, because for the most part, I do tend to get a little bit busy during the PM. Not busy to the point where I can't even trade for myself, but I do get busy in terms of getting food or doing some stuff around the house or working on the website. Sometimes I kind of just want to trade and just alert it and just trade with no noise. I don't have to talk or anything. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously you guys are the one listening, but if you guys are live trading, you guys will know how draining this really gets. You know what I mean? So yeah, sometimes, most of the times I just don't live trade during the PM session, but that doesn't mean I don't alert. I do alert. I alert my entries, I alert everything. All right, guys. He's busy breaking the super speeder law. Bro, I don't even drive my Z06 like that anymore, to be honest, bro. Speaking of, I do have to drop off my parts for the Honda that we're building today, so I have to drive like 30 minutes there and back. Let me see. David, should I hold or take profits? I mean, dude, we're rejecting off the VWAP right now, so be careful, bro. I mean, if anything, trail your stop loss to break even, which I think I see that you're at break even, so you should be good, bro, to be honest. Just be careful with the view up, guys. If you guys are in a trade, bro, we have not been able to break past this view up at this entire morning. Please be careful, guys. Please be careful. Where would a valid stop loss be for longs? To be honest, bro, it would have to be a point-based stop, so maybe 50 points. You can't even, dude, in today's market, you can't even do a structured-based stop loss because, I mean, unless you want a 150-point stop loss, then yeah, you can. But obviously, you're not going to be doing that. You know what I mean? So yeah. Someone say here, why didn't you take longs at 315? 315. Bro, are you crazy, bro? I'm not long in the bottom, bro. This is just more of a confirmation. You know what I mean? There's no longs here. It's just for your bias, you know. In terms of a fair value gap, our entry would have been off of 412 or 410, but once again, price is so bad here, I just don't want to long anything. We're high. All right, bro. Come on now, bro. What should I use to make a video journal? What does that mean? Wait, what should I use to make a video journal? What do you mean by that, Carmen? Yeah, guys. Once again, I will say it again, guys. The Apex discount, I think it's ending tomorrow. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it's ending tomorrow, guys. I could be wrong, but I think it is tomorrow. So if you guys do want to get some accounts, especially with the no activation fee update, guys, stack up some accounts with code Blastoise. All right, the code is on the screen. All right, guys, if you guys do want some accounts. All right. And by the way, if you guys do want some Tradeify accounts, remember, I am partnered up with them. Although I'm not really talking about them too much, I'm waiting for us to rebrand before I actually start maybe even trying to trade with them. So yeah, maybe when we get the new rebrand and everything, I might start trading more prop firms out there like Tradeify. I know a lot of you guys like me trading Lucid. Alpha, I heard it's kind of it's having its issues recently. So maybe I'll skip out on Alpha for a little bit. And yeah, we'll see. I'm holding it, moving stops to profit. Yeah, just do that. That's your best bet. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, so far, bro, this market is so garbage today, guys. I'm so sorry for not giving you guys a trade, but honestly, there's no point of me being sorry. You know what I mean? I'm helping you guys not be red because, dude, any setup that we would have taken today, we would have gotten stopped out. I mean, Buns down 300 on account. How the heck are you down today, bro? There was nothing to take. Let me see, bro. Alpha Trader is dog shit. Can't copy trade. Can't place a stop loss. It lags. It's so bad I purposely just threw away the accounts. Dude, is it really that bad, bro? You say those 4 losses today? Look, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Always look at the bright side, guys. But yeah, bro, is Alpha Trader really that bad right now? I mean, I do know they released a new broker, so obviously they're gonna have some issues. But I have to email them 4 days in a row. Oof. Can you trade multiple prop firms at the same time? Yes, you can. You can use TradeSyncer. Although a lot of you guys do tell me that TradeSyncer does have its issues. You know, they reset my account 3 times. Dude, you know, I know you're not lying because you're not the only one that's told me that. Thanks for your life. I got you, bro. I'm gonna leave. But yeah, dude, if anything, just keep your notifications on. I always send out my setups before I take them. I'm right here. Yep, there's Alex. Yeah, for those that don't know, Alex is he trades with Alpha Trader or Alpha Futures, whatever you want to call it, and he also has some issues. Yeah, but I don't blame them, guys. I really don't blame them. Like the prop firm, because guys, releasing a new broker on a new platform is not easy. Now, why do they want to release a new platform when there's better out there? I don't know. Maybe they're trying to take the top step X route, but I don't really get the point. You know what I mean? Just use Tradevate, bro. Tradevate, it's good. You know? Wait, if your account's about to expire, there's nothing you can do to save it on Apex? I don't think so. I don't think so. Back then you could, because they used to have like they used to renew your account, but I think so many people used to dispute it and everything that they just removed it. So it's more on like the community's fault. Even if you pass, well, if you pass, I think you have 48 hours to pay for the account. That's as far as it goes. I think that's for most firms actually, like Top Step and all that stuff. Like you have a time limit to pay for it. By the way, guys, it seems that we're finally trying to get a break past the VWAP. We're breaking past the previous candle highs and everything. Like I said, I'm skipping on this setup, bro. I'm not trying to take my chances with this trade. The price targets won't be that good. The volume still looks mid. Yes, we're getting 1 pump out of like a million pumps that we could have gotten here. I'd rather come back later and just come, you know, and just take something else. Can I DM you? I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. My DMs are low-key closed, but yeah, just I mean, if you have something, just say it here. To be honest, I DM the bot. What bot? My bot? No, yeah, that's not gonna respond. Yeah, it won't respond. Also, the bot is a little bit outdated. I do have to update it. It's just no one really uses it, so I just kind of stopped paying for it. I wish my fault. Okay, let me see this question. Why didn't you take long side at 315? I already answered that one. It was just a confirmation. It's a deal will sweep. My entry model is relied off of inverses. What's the difference between the premium? So the main difference between YouTube and the premium is with the premium, I'm more active with the chat. Obviously, I'm reading the chat. I'm more active with the community. Like I'm always typing in the chat. I'm always helping people out. There's more educational videos in here. There's no delayed live trading. You get actual notifications when I enter a trade. So if you can't make it to the stream, you at least don't know when to enter. What else? There's a whole community that can help you out. And yeah, that's pretty much as far as it goes, to be honest. So yeah, YouTube is just for streaming, but I have a delay on YouTube, so it can get a little bit annoying. What messed up my sub and I have two of them and now they charge me? Okay, for that, yeah, for that actually DM me. Just DM me your email. That's all I need. Yeah, for that, just DM me your email. Again. Okay, yeah, you DM me as well. Everyone, like I said, my DMs are closed. So if you guys have DM me or tried to DM me and I haven't responded, just because my DMs are closed. But DM me your email and just add me in the chat. Just let me know what the issue is and I'll check it out. All right, guys. And the whole reason why I have DMs closed, guys, is because, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. I get so many DMs every single day that I just cannot keep up with them, bro. So I just close them. I mean, most of the times it's really just common issues that most people could just figure out if they really look deep into it. So yeah. If you take a trade later today, will you post it? Yes, of course. Yes, guys. Any and every trade that I take, I always post it. There's never been a trade that I've ever taken that I haven't given to you guys. It's just not fair. You know what I mean? You guys are paying to be here. You guys are paying to get trades. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be here, taking the money and just trading for myself. You know what I mean? That's not really too fair. So yes, every trade that I ever take, whether it's late or early or whatever, I will always alert it. Always, no matter what. And guys, I hate to break it to you, but the market remains chopping, bro. Oh my goodness, this market is so garbage, bro. Look at this, bro. Yeah, guys, bro. Another loss avoided, to be honest, bro. My goodness, bro. Today's market is so bad, bro. I would say I'm sorry, but what is there to be sorry about? You know what I mean? If anything, let's be thankful that we're not red. You know what I mean? With all these garbage setups. The fifth one, dude. Fifth loss that we've, dude. If this is not a sign to get off, I don't know what is, bro. If anything, we come back later. Because damn, bro, this market is horrible. It's just a slow grind up, but you can get chopped out any way here. You know what I mean? I'd rather not. Let me see. How do you feel about Discord owners that take personal trades, quote unquote, and don't give their Discords any trades and trade on their own? Dude, that doesn't make sense, dude. Look, if people are paying you for your trades, okay, look, let me put it into perspective. If you're going out on Twitter and putting out trades like, oh my God, guys, I'm up, I caught a 100-point trade, with a personal take. I mean, obviously, people see you and they see that trade and they follow you because of those trades. You know what I mean? And they're like, hey, like I want to catch those trades with you, so I'm gonna join your paid Discord. You know what I mean? Obviously, they're joining for a reason. They're joining to get trades. You know what I mean? So, what's the point of someone paying you for a Discord when you're not gonna give them the personal trades that are the ones that end up working out? You get what I'm saying? Trust me, guys. Take it from someone that alerts in a Discord. Learning a trade is not all that hard. Yes, it's stressful. It's stressful, yes, because obviously you have X amount of people following your trade, and if it goes against you or against everyone, then it can definitely get a little bit of very annoying because people lost money with it. But it's what you're charging for. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I do have some friends that do that. Doesn't mean I hate them or anything. I'm kind of against that idea though, because for me, I like to be a fair person. You know what I mean? If you guys are in here for live trading, I will give you guys live trading. If you guys are here for alerts, I will give you alerts. I mean, I can't just be waking up the next day tomorrow and be like, oh guys, I did some. What do YouTubers do? I did some mining off camera, with my whole Minecraft thing. That's pretty much what it is, just with trading. You know what I mean? So yeah, for me, I feel like once again, nothing against them. It's just the way I work. It's the way I run my business. Obviously, everyone runs their business differently. Doesn't mean anything bad. But obviously, I mean, if I'm going out online and saying, hey, if I caught a 200-point trade and people are joining because of that trade, they want to be catching those overnight trades or, whatever the case may be. So yeah, for me, once again, guys, for me, myself, once again, I'm not saying I'm better than anyone or anything. It's just the way I work myself and the way I think. So yeah, you know, nothing against them. Like they're amazing traders and everything. I did some mining off stream. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. You know what I mean? Because when people join, they want to follow your exact footsteps. So you got to give them your exact trades. You know what I mean? And see, David, could you give your view on ES? Dude, literally ES is not doing anything, bro. Do not look at ES today, guys. Do not bother trading ES today. Do not think about ES today. Do not look at ES today. Forget about ES today, guys. It is not moving, bro. This thing is horrible, bro. Do not trade ES, guys. It is horrible, dude. Now, NQ, it's not any better, to be honest, but it's doing something. At least it's trying to. It's trying to do something. I don't know. I don't even know what you want to call this, but yeah, we're definitely not trading this. That is a fact. That is a fact, guys. Let me see. It's constantly. Yeah, I mean, once again, bro, everyone does differently. You know, I know Krabby, he does that, but he runs his business differently. He actually teaches you how to catch those trades. So one could argue, hey, you know, if Krabby saw that setup and he's teaching you how to find that setup, you shouldn't have an issue taking that same exact trade, even without him guiding you. But like I said, everyone is different. For me, you guys are in here for my trades, not much for my teaching. I know you guys are in here for my teaching, but a big part of it is for my trades. So it's my job to give you guys most of my trades. Krabby runs his Discord differently. He prioritizes education over trades. So he teaches you guys how to find these trades, right? So if he can find a setup overnight, that means that you can too as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, it's a different perspective for everyone, right? Everyone runs their business differently, right? Let me see. Stop dissing my baby ES. Yo, I'm sorry, bro, but hey, it's the truth, bro. This thing has not done anything since market open, bro. This thing is freaking butt, bro. I'm in love with TradeAway fills over TradingView. Dude, TradingView sucks for fills. Guys, look, let me ask you guys something here. Or let me tell you guys something. If you guys are using TradingView to fill your orders, please stop. Do not do that, bro. Please do not do that. All right, guys. First of all, with TradingView, you cannot copy trade. Second of all, with TradingView, it is not a broker. So when you send an order through TradingView, it has to send it to TradingView, and then TradingView has to fill it for you guys. There's a huge delay in that, especially when the market volume is extremely volatile. You're gonna get an ultra late fill. Do not do that. Just use TradingView. All right, guys. Do not use TradingView for orders. Just use TradingView to look at the charts, and that's it. Keep it at that. All right, guys. Do not use TradingView for fills. It is not good. Yeah, if it's good education, then it's fine. Exactly. I'm a super visual learner, so this is learning for me. Fire. Like I said, bro. Right now, although we haven't caught any trades today, we've had some setups. We're practicing our discipline. We're always learning something. Whether we're catching a trade or not, there's always something to be learned. Patience, discipline, you know, whatever the case may be. All right, guys. Today we avoided ourselves like 4 or 5 losses, bro. The markets were horrible today. You know what I mean? Bro, I just learned how to use a stop loss. Bro, that is the most important thing ever, bro. Master it, bro. So how do I set stops and take profit on TradeAway? Here, check out this video. So it sounds like you're a little bit new with TradeAway. This video should be able to help you out right here. Check out this video right here. But yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Are you guys down to come back later and just call it? To be honest, bro, we're literally watching just paint dry, bro. This market is doing absolutely nothing, bro. I have to say, you have the best lives I've ever sat on. Very informative, overall very entertaining. Some lives are hard to sit when we aren't taking any trades. I don't mind your lives. I'm not gonna answer you guys, bro. It's because, bro, I talk so much, bro. Like, guys, like I don't think I ever like take like a 5-second break off talking, bro. Like, bro, I'm always talking about something, bro. So it's more of a, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Most of my live trading streams are more of a podcast than a live trade, bro. Like, bro, there's like a little bit of live trading, but it's mostly like just podcast, bro. But yeah, this is how I am. I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. I don't know if this is normal, but anytime that I'm working, like if I'm not working, bro, you guys don't understand. I'm like the most calm dude ever. Like, bro, I don't really talk. I'm just chill. Like I'm relaxing. You know, where I might be playing games. You know, nothing crazy. But guys, when I start working and like the second I'm looking at the charts, I feel like I'm on crack. Well, not literally, but like I feel like I don't know. Like I just have so much like energy. I don't, and then I get off stream and I instantly get tired again. And then when I see a setup come around, like let's say for the PM session, instantly like I just wake up, bro. Like it's like I snorted something, bro. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know what it is. It's called passion. I don't know. Maybe it's addiction. You know what I mean? It's maybe the markets. but no, like I literally like dude, you guys don't understand when I'm working, bro. Like I'm typing in like 5 different chats, bro. I'm typing in Karabi's chat. I'm typing in RP's chat. I'm typing in my trading chat and my premium chat. Like I'm all over the place. Like I don't know. I don't know. But hey, to be honest, it gets work done. So hey, look, if it works, it works. You know what I mean? Definitely a passion. That's me knocking doors for sales. That's how it is, bro. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just like I promise you guys. Look, whenever we get off, which will probably be soon because the market's not really moving, bro. I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm finally done. Okay, I can put some music and that's it. Like I'm gonna calm down. You know what I mean? Like there's no more like, you know, no more energy. And then when a setup comes around, if we have a setup later today, I'm gonna wake up instantly. It's just a thing that I have. It just happens. I don't know. But hey, like I said, I'm not complaining. It definitely gets work done, and I don't get distracted. Like I get super locked in. So to be honest, bro, hey, if it makes money, bro, I mean, fuck it, bro. It's called crack. Maybe somewhere in there, but no, we're not on it, bro. But yeah, like I said, guys, yeah, right now the trade is working its way up eventually, but like I said, this thing is not good in my eyes. I rather just come back later. Yo, yo, Zam, what are you talking about, bro? Loki, these streams are teaching me to be way more patient, bro. Now, here's the thing that goes wrong, right? When you guys are following my trades and when you guys are following my style of trading and these live trades, right? It's very easy to just listen to me say, guys, there's no trade, don't take a setup. But when I get off the stream, obviously, since a lot of you guys don't have someone guiding you, you can fall into temptations to try to get a setup on your own, and that's where your rules get broken. All right, guys. Like I said, if there's no setup now and you guys don't see me talking about any setups, there's nothing. I promise you guys, I am the most, out of all of you guys in here, I will confidently say I am the most addicted to trading here. I promise you guys, whether I'm sleeping, whether I'm on vacation, whether I'm showering, I have the charts on. I promise you guys, if you don't get a notification from me saying that there's a setup, I promise you there is no setup. All right, guys, trust me, you're not missing anything. All right, guys, I promise you, whether I'm driving, whether I'm showering, eating, or whatever, I always have the charts open somewhere. So if you guys don't see me say, hey, there's a setup coming around or whatever, there's nothing. All right, guys. So I promise you guys, if we get off stream, you guys can go enjoy your days. Just keep your phone in your pocket. If you feel it vibrate and it's from me, there's a setup. If there's not, there's no setup. All right, guys. What about wall gooning? Yes, bro. Wall gooning too, bro. It's somewhere up there. It's somewhere there. Yo, David, when you rebrand, when you start doing social media, yes, I actually will be doing social media. Because it's how I'm gonna make the brand more popular. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I got a little bit lucky with promoting my brand, with RP and everything. But if I really want to be more mainstream, I do have to do social media with my new rebrand. So yes, I will be on socials. So I can't copy trade on TradingView. No, TradingView does not offer copy trading. Only your broker does, which is Tradeovate. I might be a little bit more addicted. Not gonna lie. Nah, bro. Nothing beats me, bro. Dude, guys, I don't think you guys understand. I'm 20 years old right now. I'm about to turn 21. I've been trading since the day I turned 15. I don't think I've ever taken like a proper day off the charts ever since I started trading. I promise you guys. Every day, whether I say I'm not trading or not, like whether I'm trading or not, I'm gonna open the charts. Even if I'm not in the place to trade, I just have a habit of just opening the charts and seeing what's happening, bro. I promise you, I don't think I've ever not gone a day without opening the charts. Even on weekends, I'm checking Bitcoin, bro. So if you can beat that, then props to you, bro. Who's your mentor, Blast, or are you self-taught? Good question, actually. So here's one thing I will tell you guys. A lot of you guys in here, you guys look up to me or let me not say look up to me. That's a little bit weird, right? I'm not this freaking genius, right? But a lot of you guys follow my educations, right? So I would assume a lot of you guys, you know, look at me as a mentor, right? Someone that helps you and guides you and gives you guys advice in the markets, right? Not financial advice, right? Obviously, no financial advice, but like setups that I would take. You know what I mean? We have to say it like that, right? There's no financial advice, guys, right? But for me, guys, I actually, I am self-taught to a certain extent, right, guys? And the reason I say to a certain extent is because, trading is a very lonely career, and as I, kept trading, I definitely became friends with a lot of people out there, like Lonto, great person, Krabi, great person. There's a lot of people out there that I know that are traders, like my trader friends, if that's what you want to call them. So when you have trader friends, right? When you have a good group of friends, that we push each other, right? If something's being done wrong, you tell him, you fix the mistake for them, right? So for me, I learned how to trade on my own. I never really bought a course, and the reason, hold on, because I know I sell one, right? Well, kind of, right, guys. For me, the whole reason why I never bought a trading course when I first started trading was because I was 15, guys. I had a pack of gum to my name, bro. I literally had no money to my name, guys. You know what I mean? And by the way, Mary, have a good one. By the way, but yeah, guys, I had no money to pay for mentorships. Obviously, back then, there wasn't as many courses out there as there is today, because trading wasn't as mainstream like 5-ish years ago. Um, so yeah, like every course out there was $100+ a month. I couldn't afford that, bro. You know what I mean? So I was kind of forced to follow traders that used to post free education on Twitter, which I'm not super proud to say it, but one of them was Money Motive. I do have to give the credit where credit is due. He made me the trader that I am today, Money Motive. And I know a lot of you guys in here don't like Money Motive because his alerts are like a little bit like very what's it called? What's the word? Very talked about. I guess you could say that, right? Like I don't know, like it's very, I don't know. Some people like it, some people don't, right? That's what I'm saying, right? But for me, back then, it's all I had to work with, and I would ask myself, I'm like, bro, how the hell does this guy know what stocks to trade? How does he know when to trade it? Like, what does he look for? And that made me kind of self-taught. Like I would look and see, okay, he alerted this alert at this time. Why? I would open up the chart, I will see what's happening, and I would try to learn from it. It turns out he used to trade gap fills, and that was my first ever strategy, trading gaps, not for value gaps, but actual volume gaps. Yeah, very controversial. That's the word I was thinking about. But yeah, and then ever since then, guys, I kind of just learn on my own, and obviously with trial and error, you start tweaking out your strategy. You see what works, what doesn't work. You put things in, you put things out of the strategy, and here we are today, right? Obviously, along the way, I'm not gonna give myself all the credit. Obviously, my boy Lonto, my boy Karabi, these people have been a major, major effect in my entire career. Because once again, guys, and I'm sure they can, well, maybe they can't say the same as much, but we, like I said, we hold each other accountable, right? That's why I always tell you guys, always surround, or I never really say this, but obviously it's common sense, guys. Always surround yourself, with a group of people that are hungry for success. You know what I mean? People that can hold you accountable and really help you improve in whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? For me, it was both Lanto and Karabi. These people really were a big change in my career, because if it wasn't for them, I would probably still be making the same mistake. You know what I mean? And obviously, ego does get in the way sometimes. And you know what I mean? Like, people could tell you, hey, you're doing this wrong. And you're like, no, bro, like, I have more money than you. Like, I'm better than you. That, I'm doing what I'm doing is right. I mean, you can't ever think like that, guys. Always think with an open mindset. I mean, and that's how I came to be the trader I am today. I've had some help. Obviously, I'm mostly self-taught, but I've definitely had some people in my trading career that have definitely lifted me up, on my bad days, on my mistakes, on my losing trades and everything. All right, guys. So yeah, that's my way in telling you guys if I'm self-taught or not. So like I would say like 80% self-taught and like 20% mentored by Lonto and Krabi. I wouldn't really say mentored, but I would definitely say like a helping hand, like a very, 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 very big helping hand. So huge shout out to those two traders. They are amazing people, man. You know what I mean? Krabi or RP? Well, I'm not really too close to RP like that, bro. So in terms of friends, bro, definitely Krabi. I just kind of work with RP in his server. That's as far as it goes. I don't really talk to him like that or anything, but he's definitely a cool person. That doesn't mean he's bad or anything. I'm just way closer to Krabi. You know what I mean? I've known Krabi for years, bro. So yeah. Anyways, guys, once again, we're still waiting on a setup here. The market is somewhat grinding up. I hope you guys aren't getting FOMO with this pump here. This is not a FOMO type of candle. I mean, the market is horrible right now. Right now, with your entry, guys, you guys would have only been up 23 points. That's if you got the best entry ever. I mean, so don't get FOMO. If you see the market pumping up, do not get FOMO, guys. There is nothing to FOMO here, guys. All right? Just let the market form something better. All right? FOMO or hope. All right, bro. Have you ever used RP profit strategy? Whoa, I don't know if you guys actually know this, but guys, RP strategy is one of the most used strategy in the whole trading space, guys. RP didn't come out with opening range breakouts. Guys, opening range breakouts has been a thing since we've all been born, guys. It has been a thing for decades. All right. So yeah, I have traded RP's strategy. Now I will say it is a good strategy and it does work. Now you might be wondering, okay, well, David, why don't you just use RP strategy? Why do you use fair value gaps? Why do you use this? Well, guys, my answer to that is, in my opinion, and I'm sure you guys can agree. Remember, we're not saying our orb doesn't work. It actually does work. But in my opinion, I feel like it doesn't give you that data in the market to help you understand why the market is moving in a certain way. All you're doing is trading a break and retest. You're trading a breakout. There's nothing there. I mean, what happened? You know, how would you know if there's a fake out? How would you know if there's a reversal? You know what I mean? I feel like with my strategy, which is why I use it in the first place, it's more informative. You understand where and why the market is pumping or dumping. You understand where and why the market is reversing. You understand what to target. You understand where to enter. There's just more going on. You get more of a map, more of a guide in the market. With opening range breakout, all you're doing is just trading a pump or dump past a certain time. I mean, I feel like that's kind of, it works, don't get me wrong, but the whole reason why I stopped trading it back then was mainly because I feel like there was more information out there to learn. You know what I mean? And then for those wondering, when I used to trade orb, I used to trade opening range breakouts back in back like in my, I think in my like second-ish year of trading, when I used to do options, I used to do opening range breakout. That was before RP. I think RP even started like doing social media. So yeah, like I said, guys, opening range breakout is one of the most popular strategies out there. All right, guys. So yeah, a lot of traders use it. You know what I mean? But yeah, for me, I've always been a trader that I like everything the highest probability possible. I mean, if you're trading opening range breakout, if you're following the trend in the breakout, yeah, you have like a 70% probability. But why do 70 when you could do 80? Why do 80 when you could do 90? You know what I mean? Just have more confirmations. Now, that doesn't mean that opening range breakout is not good. In fact, you can even mix strategies with the opening range breakout. If anything, you can even mix my strategy with it and get more confirmation out of both models. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, I've used it. I've used both fair value gaps and opening range breakout for me myself. Take it with a grain of salt, in my opinion. I feel like my strategy just gives off. It's not that it's better. It just gives off more information. Like I feel like when I used to trade both strategies, I feel like I'm more aware of what the market is doing and why it's doing it with my strategy. You know what I mean? Which is why I prefer this one over opening range breakout. That doesn't mean I'm against it. Doesn't mean anyone trading it is bad. You know what I mean? Every and any strategy out there in the markets work as long as you have your set of rules. For me, I feel like my set of rules applies better with this strategy. All right, guys? So I don't want anyone in here saying, oh, David is hating on opening range breakout, David's hating on RP. Not at all, guys. I've traded both strategies. I feel like I have the, I can say that, my opinion on both strategies because I've used them both for a few years. I mean, I just prefer ICT over opening range breakout a little bit more. What do you think about automating your strategy? It's definitely possible, for sure. I definitely feel like you can definitely automate any strategy out there. And anyone that says you can't automate their strategy, they're full of shit, in my opinion. You can automate anything, guys. Because remember, look, okay, let's think about it. What is a strategy? A strategy is a set of rules. Why can't you automate a set of rules? If the market does X, it does Y. You know what I mean? Input and output. It's that simple. Yeah, you can automate anything, dude. Now, why haven't I done it? Well, I don't really feel a reason to do it. It will kill my passion. You guys know my passion for trading is to teach you guys, get on stream, trade together, make money together. If I automate all of that, then yeah, I'll make money, but you know what I mean? I'll just be bored. I mean, I wouldn't have a purpose. So yeah, maybe in the future I can definitely automate my strategy, but that's not really my main goal right now, to be honest, guys. And I know a lot of you guys in here are coders and you guys know how to script and make bots and everything and algorithms. And I know a lot of you guys in here have actually automated my strategy, but yeah, that's for you. You know what I mean? That's more on a you thing. For me, I don't really have a plan on that. At least not right now. I don't really, Wouldn't automating take emotions take out emotions? Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. There's no, I mean, I don't know how to explain it, bro. There's a lot of pros and cons to automating your strategy, but if you do it correctly, you could probably get more pros and cons. The pros will outweigh the cons. See, we need to get you in the clear edge ecosystem so people can copy your trades. Clear edge ecosystem. Clear edge. Oh, I think that's a website. Clear edge. Like I said, if you guys want to automate it, you can. I mean, I'm not against it, but you know what I mean. It's just not something I'm like doing myself. If that makes sense, you know what I mean. Let me see, David. How much buffer should I make before requesting a payout on a 50K account, dude? forget about the buffer. If you're on Apex, guys, forget about, just request. Whenever you guys can request. All right, guys, forget about the buffer. Remember, guys, no matter what buffer you have, after 6 payouts, your accounts get moved to live by then. So yeah, forget about the buffer. Just request whenever you can, guys. That's the whole point why we trade prop firms. These are not long-term accounts, guys. All right, this seems like a really honest Discord. I promise you, you guys can ask me anything and I'll answer it. Like I said, I don't have a reason to hide anything from you guys ever in my life. What do I gain from it? You know what I mean? I'm here to trade. I'm here to make money. That's about it. You know what I mean? As simple as it gets. Let's see. The most slowest bullish trend ever, bro, is horrible, bro. It is horrible. But like I said, guys, we can come back later and get a setup if the volume picks up. If not, we can stay cash today. It's not a big deal. We're still very green from last week anyways, so we still have money. It's just, we just don't have a setup. We don't have too much of a setup here. Bro, but without buffer, doesn't that bring you close to the drawdown? Well, let's kind of put two and two together. Do you guys think Apex will let you request your whole account without a buffer? No. They're going to make you make a buffer, and then whatever you make past that buffer, you can request. All right, guys? So no matter what you request, you're still going to have a buffer no matter what. At least with Apex. Every firm is a little bit different, obviously. But if you guys are using Apex, which, by the way, the 9% off code is ending in 2 days, code Blastoise. If you guys want to get some accounts, especially with the no activation fee. But if you guys are trading on Apex, no matter what, and in fact, most firms, they will let you request and still have you keep a buffer. I mean, so you'll be good. You guys do not have to worry about the buffer. It's already made. I mean, I use Tradify. I think Tradify also lets you have a buffer. I don't know, actually. I haven't really used them too much. I do want to use them soon, but not yet. I'll do it with a rebrand. The reason why David is 8 years younger than me in the month is because he's still genuinely trusted to be his best. Bro, thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Once again, I always tell you guys, bro, whether you guys are super old or super young, dude, the market has no age limits, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's dude, you can start trading at 15. Well, not legally. I mean, unless you're trading under your mom's name or something. That's what I did. Or, if you're old, you know what I mean? There's no, like, physical thing. You know what I mean? Just, it's a market. You know what I mean? That's why the markets are so good. Anyone, any age can make money. You know what I mean? Clearage is a software that allows you to trade for others. It mirrors your exact button. Oh, that's too much pressure, bro. Because, look, there's one thing automating the strategy, and there's one thing me entering and you guys getting the same exact feel as me. Well, that's kind of what we do with the live stream, to be honest. But I don't know. I'll check it out. Maybe in the future, But, like, once again, that kind of ruins the whole point of me getting on stream and teaching you guys. It's what I'm passionate about. I love teaching you guys, and I love seeing you guys succeed off of, what I can say it's my teachings. You know what I mean? It's what makes me happy. It's what gives me a purpose. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, I can have all the money in the world by automating a strategy and copy trading with you guys, but at the end of the day, dude, I'm going to get bored, Let me see. So to make sure you understand, after I pass these evals, the buffer doesn't matter if I'm trying to maximize each payout. Not really, bro, to be honest. Once again, with Apex, you're limited to 6 payouts before you get moved to live anyways. So forget about the buffer. If anything, make the buffer on the live account instead. But on a PA, bro, just request, dude. That's the whole point of the account. Just make money. By the way, guys, we just finished taking out the first high of the day, bro. Finally. It only took almost 2 hours, bro. Amber, what do you mean by old? Well, bro, not like that either, bro. Like, bro, there's nothing bad being old, bro. But you get what I'm saying? Like, bro, there's people. I've had people in here like all ages, bro, and they've all learned. I've had a lot of people, like a lot of older people actually even request money. So, dude, if people young and old can do it, bro, dude, the market's for everyone. That's what I'm trying to say. Can I choose not to be moved to live? I don't think so, bro. That's what most firms. I don't think they give you the option to not get moved to live, bro. Are we chilling with the live, or do we want more PAs? Dude, to be honest, you would probably want more PAs. But live accounts you can still make money and everything. Any advice on buffer building? Don't full port. Just trade a consistent size, a consistent stop loss, and as you get more and more trades, if you have a good win rate, that buffer will just slowly grow out. Look, right now, guys, my buffer is sitting at 80,559.72 cents. How do I get this? Well, you guys don't see me full porting every other day. You know what I mean? I've been trading with these accounts for over a year now. You know what I mean? I request, I build a buffer, I request, I build a buffer, and so on. Yes, I've been trading. I know you're new to this Discord, bro, but dude, I have been trading on these accounts. Guys, for my OGs in here, how long have I been trading these accounts, bro? Dude, months, bro. Months, bro. Months. Like 50 years, bro. Yeah, it feels like it, bro. Yeah, I've had these accounts for a long time. I'm surprised I haven't gotten moved to live. Knock on wood. Knock on wood, bro. Since I joined, bro. And let me ask you guys, for my OGs in here, how do we do it every single trading day? We don't full port. We stick to our consistent sizing, whether it's 5 to 7 to 10 contracts, same stop loss, 45-ish points, and that's it, bro. You lose, that's fine. You have a buffer. You win, okay, that's fine. You build a better buffer. I mean, so yeah, but it's just consistency, guys. That's all it is, bro. And I always tell you guys this, but you guys love to rush the process, or at least some of you guys love to rush the process. You guys want to rush getting a payout, but that's only gonna set you behind. Trust me, bro. I've been there. Everything that you guys have been through or are gonna be going through, I've been through it. Trust me. Just take it slow and easy, guys. I may sound repetitive, so for Apex, well, by the way, bro, you don't. Trust me, guys. All right. Anyways, so for Apex, the risk is the same as the buffer or no buffer. What do you mean? Be a little more specific on that. Because remember, the more money you make on the account, the more buffer you have. If the account is fresh, then you're gonna be left with a $2,000 buffer, which is the default buffer. All right. Obviously, the more you make, the more you have to work with. Do you have a recommended risk on a 50K account? I'm not going to tell you an exact sizing to use on a 50K account, but I will tell you, try to risk about $400 per trade on a 50K account. So if you're using a 30-point stop loss, you could do like 7 micros. If you're using a 50-point stop loss, do like 4 micros, whatever the case may be, right? And there's websites out there that will tell you, hey, if you're doing this entry with this stop loss, with this sizing, you're going to be risking this amount of money in the trade. All right, bro. So just make sure that it lines up to $400 per trade. That's what I recommend risking per trade, guys. You blast, are we staying cash? It looks like it for now. I mean, once again, I don't really like this market. At hindsight, it looks like we're pumping up and everything. But to be honest, guys, this thing is not moving at all, bro. So for now, yes, there's no trades yet. We do have some setups to the upside on the 15-minute time frame, which I'm willing to take, but we still have a long way to go. So we'll see if the market even wants to move for the PM session. You know what I mean? But yeah, for now, guys, we are cash. All right. I have $600 in drawdown. How many calls should I trade? You can do like 3 or 4. That should work. Remember, obviously, if you keep taking losing trades and forcing out trades, the account is gonna blow eventually. So there's only so many trades that you can catch. So do like 3, 4 around there. You should be good off that. Man, I should have held my position after we broke out of the VWAP. Bro, guys, I'm telling you, please do not get FOMO from this. Yes, I get it. Right now, we're pumping and everything. Guys, this is not a market you want to be trading, guys. All right? This thing is not good. This thing is not, if you guys caught a trade with this market and it worked out, yes, congrats, but don't be extremely happy with this trade, right? I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but once again, remember, guys, we're trying to practice only taking A+ setups every single day. Yes, we had a good setup here and a good confirmation and everything, but the volume was bad. It was horrible. Right? So please do not get FOMO. This setup was not all that good. All right? It was mid at best. Yes, it worked out, but what if it didn't? You know what I mean? You would have been like, man, thank God that I went break even after, thank God that I got out after we hit the VWAP. You know what I mean? So yeah, always have a positive mindset, guys. All right? Like I said, the day is barely starting. We're barely even 2 hours into the market. I'm sure we can get a setup. We just need more momentum. We need better volume. Right now, it's kind of mid. You know what I mean? So we're still waiting on something. If not, we come back tomorrow. Simple as that. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. At least we saved ourselves from a possible loss. Always got to think about it like that. Hitting stop loss at break even after is best if you took the trade. Yeah, pretty much, bro. How many micros should I trade? I haven't even read my YouTube chat. Oh my goodness, dude! I have to read my YouTube chat. Hold up. How many micros should I trade? On a 50K eval. On an eval account, bro, do like 10 micros. That should be enough to pass your account in like 3-ish, 2-3 trades around there. Anyways, let me catch up with my YouTube chat. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, so let me see. Okay, well I'm not gonna read that one. Just on the premium, I like react your views and vibe. Thank you, guys. For anyone joining the premium, guys, first and foremost, guys, welcome. I'm super happy to have you guys in the community. We gotta make some money. All right, guys. Thank you, bro. Welcome. Let me type it in the chat, bro. Welcome. Okay, let's see what we got here. I started off trading using RP strategy 4 months ago, but I feel like it's lacking proper fundamentals and entry models, especially the entry model. It's too vague and I can't be consistent. That's the same reason why I stopped trading it. Now, obviously, I didn't stop trading because RP or whatever, but I used to trade orb before RP. Once again, it's a very popular strategy. A lot of people use it, so no shots thrown on RP. But I do agree. I mean, I feel like every strategy has its downside. And for me, I feel like opening range breakout you're very, very vulnerable to fake outs. Remember, guys, you're trading a breakout. Obviously, yes, RP has a little bit more consistency with it because he trades break and retest, right? So you're entering off the pullback / fake out, but everyone has their own strategy. You know what I mean? For me, I never did pullbacks. I did breakout and you enter, right? So for me, I felt like I was getting faked out in a lot of my trades with the opening range breakout. Obviously, everyone has different results with different confirmations, but that's me. All right. But yeah, I've learned a lot more watching tutorials and watching your streams and how you think. That's amazing, bro. And once again, bro, ask me questions. All right, bro. Let me see. When you say no buffer, request 2K at 52K. Well, you can't request 2K at 52K. Apex won't let you. They'll give you a maximum that you can make depending on how much money you have in your account. So if you want to request a $500 payout, you need your account to be at $52,600. So when you request the max payout at that number, you still have a $2,000 buffer to work with. All right, guys, like I said, Apex already thought about it. They're not going to let you request past your buffer. You know what I mean? It will just set you up for failure. What should my first payout be on with the 50K top account? Well, that's up to you, bro. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. Now, for me, I feel like the best thing to do is reinvest some of that money. Obviously, enjoy some of that money that you made. You know, you worked very hard for that payout. You know, maybe go out, take your girlfriend out on a date or boyfriend. You know, I don't know what you like. You know what I mean? It's 2026. You know what I mean? But take your significant other to a date or something, or I don't know, go on a trip. You know, depending on your payout. You know what I mean? Enjoy that money. Because guys, if you guys are constantly requesting payouts and you're not enjoying that money, what's the point of trading? You know what I mean? Enjoy that money. But if you're starting off and you don't have as many copy trading accounts to work with, stack up on some accounts, you know, copy trade. So if you can get one payout, you can get another one. And your other one, you would want it to be greater. You know what I mean? So if you requested one payout with one account, with your next payout, request it on 5 accounts, and so on. You know what I mean? Oh, and yeah, don't forget about taxes. Do not forget about taxes. You cannot forget about that. Anyways, so yeah, slow day today. Yep. It's a very slow day today, guys. David, Iran news came out. No, it didn't, bro. The market is not moving, bro. If Iran news came out, I promise you this thing would have been pumping or dumping. What's taxes? Oh, dude. I got to go to the chat here. Look, let me see. I mean, dude, even if it did come out, bro, I'm not really too interested like that because, dude, I mean, the market's not really reacting. You know what I mean? So, let me see. This was 20 minutes ago. Iran state TV says probability of ceasefire between Iran and the U.S. ending it is high if attacks in Lebanon do not stop. Yeah, that was 20 minutes ago, so not much really happened. Let me check financial juice. Yeah, no, I don't know where you're getting that news from, bro. I'm checking Twitter right now, and there's nothing here. Like, as of right now, you know what I mean? Like, there was news like a few minutes ago, but didn't really do anything. Set aside about 30% for taxes. I mean, dude, if you're making over 6 figures, yeah. I mean, if anything, bro, talk to your CPA for that. You know what I mean? Everyone is different, you know what I mean? Brother broke the treaty. I'm sure I would have seen it online, bro. Like, the market's not really reacting. Call it? I'm about to. I'm getting really, bro, all this talking is getting me hungry as hell, bro. Once again, bro, I don't really care about the news. I mean, the market, like I said, the market's not really reacting, so I don't really have interest on it. Unless the market is pumping or dumping, then I don't really care too much about it. If you're gonna later, will you be streaming? It's a big 50-50. I don't typically stream for the PM session. That doesn't mean I don't trade with you guys and I don't alert. It's just a personal preference. I just, I like streaming during the AM session. If I don't find anything for the morning, I'll just alert via text throughout the PM session. All right, but no matter what, I promise you guys, if I find a setup, we can all take it together. There's no issue with it. I got you now. Of course, I got you guys. But yeah, most of the time, like 100% of the time, I'm always live for the AM session. For the PM, is more of a 50-50. What time do you usually come back? There's no specific time. Like right now, if I were to get off and a setup forms in the next 20 minutes, I'll get back on. If a setup forms in the next 2 hours, then I'll get back on by then. If I don't say anything, then I'm not going to get on. You know what I mean? There's no point. There's nothing to trade. You know what I mean? So it really all depends on the market. The market makes my schedule pretty much. Plus, did you know you can set the risk in how many countries you enter? For real? Since when was that a thing? Let me see. What do you mean? Oh, lot size. What? Hold on. If I do 10? No way. Yo, this was not a thing back then. Wait. What? Hold on. Oh, wait. Account size. Wait, what? Okay, now we're low-key pumping a little bit. We are approaching a 15-minute fair value up here. What the? Yo, wait. We're low-key pumping a little. Oh, my goodness. Okay, now our news is coming out, guys. Finally, bro. Okay, wait. Let me see something here. Because now we're about to VWAP. We are approaching a 15-minute bearish rally. Yo, low-key, we can get a trade before we get off stream today, guys. Hold up a second. Hold up a good second. Hold up a second. Hold on. Yeah, wait. First and foremost, before we take anything, what news is coming out? Because look, now we're getting a reaction of the news. Not 5 minutes ago. Okay, let me see. I'm not seeing any news on Financial Juice, Walter Bloomberg. No news. Where the heck did this pump come from? Obviously, it's a pump of something. You know what I mean? The market, why does it pump now out of, anytime here? Now, one thing I will tell you guys, don't get too excited. Do not get too excited. Because if this is just a random pump, we're probably going to have one big candle and then we just keep chopping out like how we did here. All right, guys? That's typically how like this little news comes out. It's how it reacts in the markets. So be careful with that. All right, we're not going to rush anything. Let's not get too excited. In fact, I do have to use the bathroom. So let me actually do that real quick. I'll be back, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. I have to use the bathroom. But yeah, bro. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. I don't know if I even want to take longs here. Because okay, let's lock in real quick. All right, guys, one second. Let me just check something here. Hold on, guys. Okay, let's lock in real quick. All right, guys, pay attention because like all sidetrack, everything to the side. All right, chart wise. All right. Okay, so right now we're pumping. Right, we're pumping right now, and it looks good. We're approaching a 15-minute bearish rally gap. Very nice, 61 points. It looks amazing. The thing is, if we take longs from this fair value gap inverse, our price target is only going to be 27 points, which is not really too worth it, especially if we're going to be using like a 45, 50 point stop loss. That's a horrible risk reward. So what I'm thinking instead is we come back later. Hear me out. I know you guys are going to be like, what do you mean come back later? Like we're pumping right now. What we can do here is if we take out all-time highs and we sweep it back down, I feel like we would have more room for downside because we're kind of already overbought. Like we've been pumping up all morning, right? So what if we take out all-time highs, we try sweeping it, and then we just inverse the fair value gap if we create one here on the 5 or 15-minute time frame? Do you guys get what I'm saying? Do you guys get the vision? Because the thing is, yeah, we can take longs from here, but the risk reward is going to be horrendous because we're going to be risking like 45 points minimum, 45, 50 points, right? And then our price target, that's if we get an exact entry, is only going to be 29 points. And obviously, we're going to wait for like a nice 5-point pump or something. So maybe like this, we're only going to get like 20 points. When you say sweep, do you mean a 15-minute candle close under the highs? Well, the time frame nor the close doesn't matter. As long as we take out the high and start trading below it shortly after, showing us that sellers are stepping in, then that counts as a sweep. It doesn't have to close. It doesn't have to like be on the time frame or anything. As long as price is trading below the high after we take it out, that counts as a sweep. But the thing is, like, I'm open to taking longs here. It's just it's not really worth it. And yeah, I know you guys might be a little bit like, dude, David, just give us a trade. You know, we've been waiting all day. We skipped on like 4 setups. But remember, 4 of those setups were losses. I don't want this one to be a loss, especially with the volume being so garbage right now. Yes, we got a pump, but it's already dying down. Like the volume's already dying down. You know what I mean? Maybe a 35-point stop. I mean, I don't know about a 35-point stop, dude. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we would have more room for downside if we just wait for a sweep and a possible reversal, and then we just catch the PM session for lower. I feel like that'll be better. You know what I mean? I mean, I got you, Kenny, bro. I got you, bro. But yeah, it's like I'm open to taking long. I just don't think it's really worth it here, to be honest, guys. Once again, the market's already overbought. We've already pumped up over 250 points. Ultimate high is right around the corner. The volume is still a little bit dead. Yeah, it's picking up a little bit, but it's not nothing crazy. Instead, I would much rather just wait for us to inverse, take out the high, wait for the PM session, and just inverse this 5 and 15-minute fair value gap, and then we trade it into lower because we're gonna have more room for downside. It'll be a more fresh and a more clean trend if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Plus, I think we just pumped up off news, so this volume will probably just die out in like a few minutes from now. And obviously, we don't want it to be dying out when we enter off the inverse for a 20-point price target. So to be honest, guys, I think we just wait for the sweep. I feel like that'll be a more higher probability setup. Do I stop now and wait to get confirmation on me being able to get funded and pay the activation fee, or trade more? Wait, you already passed your account? If you did, then get off, bro. Just wait till you get the confirmation. What if we tap into this 5-minute gap first and then we reverse the gap? Well, then I'll take shorts. We don't have to wait for an ultimate sweep. I would just prefer it. But we can also reject off this and inverse this 5-minute gap as well. That would not be a bad setup either. Because then we could just, well, in terms of price targets, these targets are not all that good, to be honest. But because then, yeah, we're gonna have to target like these little ass wicks. But I mean, we can use it. I mean, it's not too bad. As long as you have a price target, you know what I mean? As long as you have a guide in the market. But yeah, I mean, honestly, bro, if we take, well, to be honest, we don't have any liquidity up here. This is just a fair value cap level that I had. The liquidity will be at 516. Because obviously we saw the market kind of, well, it's not the strongest level of liquidity. As long as we can inverse this, it shouldn't be bad. I was referring to the upside first. Oh, like what happens if we retrace and bounce up? Well, we'll just let it happen. Well, yeah, no, because either way, because you still need to inverse this. Hold on. I had to sneeze, guys. My fault. I muted my mic just in time. All right. Anyways, so yeah, okay. So for those wondering what Profit Island is asking, he's asking what happens if we retrace into the fair value cap on the 5-minute and then bounce back up. Well, regardless, we still need to wait for, first of all, a 40-point bounce, which would kind of be inside of the 15-minute gap. So we wouldn't want to do that. But either way, we have an inverse 15-minute. So even if we do bounce off the 5-minute, in order to get your entry, you still need to wait for the 15-minute inverse because you don't want to be entering into a fair value gap. You don't want to be entering inside of a fair value gap where we can reject just like how we are right now. You get what I'm saying? If that's what you're asking, yeah, then it will be a 1-on-1 on the 15-minute inverse. Well, no, because once again, you still have to enter off the 15-minute inverse, right? So you would still have a pretty bad stop loss and a pretty bad price target. You're only going to be targeting 20 points off the inverse. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think it'll be that good. I think you're better off just skipping on the setup and just waiting for a DWall sweep to the downside. It'll be a more fresh trend, more clean, more new, more everything. Plus, what about ES? Dude, ES is not doing a single thing, bro. I am not interested in ES, bro. First of all, I never trade ES. But even if I did, I would not trade it today, bro. This thing is super choppy. Yeah, right now we're pumping up, but that's just because of NQ. So, yeah, I'm not in my best interest. Taking longs right now sounds risky. Yeah, I mean, dude, we're overbought. Our high of day, I mean, all-time high price target is 20 points away. It just doesn't line up for anything good. Yeah, it's a good setup. You know, we have room for higher, technically, kind of, you know. But I would rather just trade the new trend if we create one, whenever we create one. You know, but for now, it's kind of just wait on. News came in. Someone say, hey, Lebanese. What the hell did I just say? Lebanon. I can't even say that word, bro. Anyways, officials told U.S. that Hezbollah ready for full ceasefire with Israel. Let me check Twitter real quick. Hold up. Let me check Twitter real quick. Let me see what we got going on. Okay, let me see. What's Bloomberg? What's Bloomberg? What's Bloomberg? Okay, yeah, right here. Advisor to Iran's supreme leader on the Strait of Hormuz is under Iran's management. Block it to continue. Dude, when is all this war shit gonna end, bro? Like, it's like I feel like it's like a never-ending loop of the same news every day, bro. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I like myself out. I'm up 180 bro. Honestly, in today's market, bro, being up anything is a blessing, bro. Take it as is. You know what I mean? Call it for yo, how many times are you gonna say call it, bro? But I'm not forcing anything. I'm literally encouraging people to wait for a sweep first. Don't worry, bro. I'm not forcing anything, bro. Don't worry. I will only take something I really, really like. Dude, we've skipped out on like 5 setups today. All right, bro. I'm only trading A plus setups. All right, bro. So I'm waiting for good volume. I'm waiting for a good push. I'm waiting for a good sweep. I'm waiting for a good reversal. If we don't get that, then we obviously just stay cash. All right. Although an inverse off this 5-minute would not be bad at all, if you ask me. It'll be a 15-minute fair value gap projection, a DO sweep off 516, and also off of these like little mini lows here. An inverse, new trend, new reversal, room for lower would not be bad. Obviously, yes, the volume could be a little bit better, but let's just hope and pray that, as we head lower, we dump down. But because if not, I'll just skip out on it. Because once again, guys, I am not trying to get caught up in any chop today, bro. Especially on a Monday, bro. Last, I feel like 30 evals, but this was the one. Bro, what are you doing to fill so many evals, bro? What are you doing, bro? Come on now, bro. Are you full boarding? What's going on, bro? What do you mean we're pumping up on ES? Because of NQ, well, this is called an SMT, right? On certain days, ES will be stronger than NQ and vice versa, right? So as you guys can see, let's compare the NQ chart to ES on the 5-minute time frame. Look at ES. Throughout the entire morning, what has it done? Absolutely nothing. It's just been in a very, very tight consolidation zone. If you look at NQ, yes, it's not any better in volume, but it is a lot more trendier. Is that even a word? Trendier? Is that a word? Trendy. This is say trendy, right? It has a trend, right? So what do you think is stronger in today's market? What do you think is leading the markets more? Obviously NQ. Why? Because NQ is leading the markets higher, although ES is not doing much. Right? So obviously as NQ pumped up right here, obviously ES is going to follow along because NQ is leading the markets. Now, there will be days where ES may be leading the markets, right? There will be days where NQ is weaker, right? Or not as weak, maybe not as much trend or as much momentum or volume compared to ES. All right? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. This is called an S&T divergence. All right? Only A plus setups. I love it. Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. 100 million percent. I prefer it more, bro. It's less stress on me, less forced setups, you know. So yeah. Let me see. Hold on. I'm getting some chats here on YouTube. You can only put the risk that you want in the money. Then look at the coin. To be honest, bro, I gotta get used to that, bro. For now, I'll just use the websites that I use to do the math. I feel like the war has improved you as a trader and definitely increased your quality of trades that you take, David. Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Not really. Let me tell you. Let me be honest with you guys. Okay, look. Before, I cared too much about trading daily and giving you guys content. Lately, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've kind of been settling down, or not settling down, but just not caring as much, or not like that either. Like just not stressing myself as much anymore. Cause back then, bro, I'll be freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, like bro, I stayed cash for a day, bro. Like people are gonna freak out, bro. People want trades. Like I need to put something out, and I'll force trades. And it's gotten to the point where, like, obviously with this whole war thing and everything, I've learned that, bro, dude, like I'm trading for myself, bro. Like I shouldn't even be forcing out trades for anyone. You know what I mean? Like I could care less if anyone follows me or not. You know what I mean? I can care less if anyone thinks I'm a good or bad trader. I mean, I'm still making my money no matter what. You know what I mean? So I've kind of learned to just not care as much about what people think. Like, look, if you guys are here to learn from me. Obviously, you guys are here to learn from me for my good days, for my bad days, and for my cash days, right? So obviously, take today for example. Today we've been cash all morning. Why? The markets have been bad. You know what I mean? So yeah, honestly, if you guys have been seeing a big improvement in my trades, obviously we have been on a pretty nice winning streak lately. Not counting the loss that we took on last week. It was like one loss or whatever. But yeah, bro, if you guys have been noticing our trades, they've been a lot better in quality. Less trades, but higher quality. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro. Like I said, bro, I've just learned to stop caring about what people think. I don't care if you want to trade. I don't care if you guys. I don't care if we stay cash for 10 days, which obviously we're probably not going to. But in the given example, you know what I mean. I don't care if we stay cash for a whole week. I mean, so be it. That's what the market is telling us to do. You know what I mean, if the market doesn't give us a setup, then so be it. You know what I mean. On to the next day. The markets aren't going anywhere, so that's one thing you guys don't have to worry about. You know what I mean. If you don't trade today, it doesn't mean the markets won't be here tomorrow. You know what I mean. So so yeah, man, it's I've learned to just not care as much, and I've just learned to just trade by be you. You know, people, you guys are here for me, and not here for four trades. You know what I mean? So yeah, no matter what, we can learn off anything, off winning trades, off cash days, off red days. No matter what, we can learn off something. You know what I mean? So yeah, very well. So David, why is it 100%, bro? 100%. Now I'm catching up with the chat here. Let me see what we got going on. And by the way, guys, like I said, we're gonna get a pump and the volume's gonna die down instantly. Did I not tell you guys this like 10 minutes ago? Look at it. Look at the volume. It's back to chopping. Why? Because this candle is driven by news. These candles are not driven by news, which means that there's still no momentum in the markets, guys. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably just gonna come back later, bro. Because even if we do get a setup, bro, I'm just not trying to get like pressured into like trading like garbage volume, even though the setup is there. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense to me. Knicks or Spurs? Dude, I don't watch basketball, bro. I really wish I could answer this question, bro. But what do you guys got, bro? Let me know. I'm probably gonna put it on TV and just put, just watch it. But what do you guys think, man? If you guys watch basketball in here, see, realistically, aim for 3 trades a week and you'll pass an eval. Yeah, bro. Dude, even with two, dude, it's not a race, bro. Just, bro, pass the eval whenever you pass the eval, whether it's in a week, 2, 3 weeks, it doesn't matter, bro. Just take your time with it, guys. When is later today? Like for the PM session, whenever we get a setup. How do you watch basketball, bro? It's like I'm not big into sports, bro. I've always been kind of like a nerdy guy. Like I always prefer like playing games instead of watching sports or even playing sports. So yeah, I've never. It's not that I hate sports. I don't know, bro. I just don't find it interesting. You know what I mean? I don't see how people like, dude. Like there's that is people that like when their team loses something, bro. Look, I get it. If you have money on the line, then sure. But like I don't understand like how people overreact when their team loses and they fucking like crash out and they fucking break everything around them, bro. I don't understand that. I just don't. Now, I do understand it a little bit because when I'm playing games, you know what I mean? I don't have anything on the line, and when I lose, I look, get really fucking mad. Right? Maybe it's the same case with sports. I guess, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I just never found sports interesting, bro. Are you playing games on the meta yet? I don't have a meta. I have a Pimax, but I don't really use it too much, bro. But I think the Pimax is like one of the best VRs out there, bro. I think, like, statistically, like it has a very, very good like everything, like the specs. But I use it for like racing, like sim racing and shit. Sometimes you say take your time with evals, and at times you say don't take forever on evals. Well, once again, okay, this is what I mean by take your time and rush it sometimes, right? The thing is, not everyone has money to just blow on evals 20 evals a day. You get what I'm saying? So obviously, if you're in that situation where you're limited on the money and you're limited on how many evals you can get, obviously don't rush the process and full port a trade, right? But if you don't really care about spending $20-$30 on an eval to pass it, obviously size more aggressive. Obviously, everyone it varies. Everyone's situation is a little bit different. You know what I mean? But yeah, in my opinion, I feel like evals you shouldn't take too long on them, but don't rush it too much either. You know what I mean? What's it called? I forgot what I was gonna say. I completely forgot. I look at the charts and I completely like blanked out. But yeah, I hope you get what I'm saying though. You know what I mean? Because once again, like look, if you guys are taking 30 days to pass an eval and you're getting winning trades, you know how much money you're leaving on the table that you can could be making on a PA account to actually request a payout. Remember, guys, you're not getting paid out from an eval. An eval is just you. It's just a process to get a PA account to actually get money. You know what I mean? So don't play too safe, but don't play too risky. Just kind of try to find your edge on it. You know what I mean? Don't be doing like 1 or 2 micros. That's pointless. For that, just open a live account and just trade with that. You know what I mean? Because at that point, you're never gonna pass your eval. It's gonna take forever. You know what I mean? I'd say take your time on evals until you're already taking payouts. Yeah, like I said, it varies. Like everyone is different. You know what I mean? All I'm gonna say is just don't undersize on them. Don't do like freaking 1 or 2 micros. Like do like 7 or something, so you can actually get some money behind it, so you can get closer to passing the account in a few days or in a week or so. You know. Blast, there's another fair value gap on the 15-minute time frame. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not really in love with this volume right now, so even if we do get this inverse, I'm probably just gonna come back later. Like I said, guys, I just don't want to be stuck up in any weak volume, bro. I know, I get it. We have so many setups and everything, and this setup actually looks really good, which I do want to take, to be honest. But like, look, we have a 15-minute bearish rally projection, a DWAL sweep, bearish buys, selling pressure kicking in, not strong, but selling pressure. We're about to get a 5-minute inverse off a bullish rally gap. We have a lot of room for lower. This setup does not look bad. But once again, guys, what drives the markets? Volume. There's no volume here, bro. And to be honest, I'm very, very tempted to take this, but I don't know. I just don't like this volume, bro. I just need like I need like an average of 40 points per candle, bro. I can't be trading these tiny ass candles, bro. Because like I said, guys, yes, right now this trade can look very good and very tempting, but literally any little move and then we're getting stopped out due to the weak volume. So honestly, I say we come back later, bro. Even though we're right near our entry, bro, it's just not good in my opinion, bro. I just need more volume to work with. I just can't work with this right now. It does look really good though. I will say that I really don't want to skip out on the setup. I really, really don't. But I just need better volume behind this. I mean, I'm hoping we can get some sort of a spike lower, then I will take it. But for now, if we're just gonna be slowly grinding down like 5 points per candle, like I can't do that. You know what I mean? But I am definitely very tempted, bro. I really, really want to catch shorts. Because I know we can go lower. We have the room to go lower, but are you targeting London lows? I mean, that's a little bit far, bro. I don't think we see that anytime soon. But if anything, I'll probably just mainly target the VWAP for like a 1-to-1. But that's if I take it. I'm like 50-50 right now on it. I just want to make sure that what I give out is like A plus perfect. Like, I can't get any better. With this, obviously the volume can get better. I mean, it can get better like later today, but only time could tell. We don't know that part. I think we're gonna pull back before completely inversing. I mean, dude, if we can go back into all-time highs and take this out and then go back down, I would be even more down to take shorts. Because we wouldn't have any more room for higher. You know what I mean? Right now, yeah, we can still take shorts, but we still have that room. Like, if the market wants to go up, it can go up into the 600s before we go lower. But yeah, right now it's kind of whatever. I'd say we come back later. Are you guys down for that? And then, we could just keep an eye out on this 5-minute. I still really like it. Plus, it's also getting respected. I just need more volume for this to work out. You're down? Okay, bye. All right, yeah, let's come back later then. All right, guys. I don't know if I'll go live. Obviously, it will depend if I have to go drop off some parts. I have to go drive 30 minutes now to go drop off some car parts for the Honda that I'm building. For those that don't know, I'm doing a case swap, so it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, if anything, I'll just trade on my laptop. Like, I'll just pull over somewhere and just catch a trade. Dude, I'm doing a Honda del Sol K swap, a K20 A4 swap. We're gonna be pushing like 500 horsepower, but dude, I'm fully gutted, bro. Like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna get traction at all, bro. So I might have to get some drags. Blast, can you keep your VWAP on for you? I will. Do not worry. I'm gonna keep it on all day today. I'm not turning the VWAP off. This is gonna be so light, dude. I'm low-key scared, bro, because I had a D series. I had a D16 engine, like I think it was a D15 block with a D16 head, a single cam, turboed, dude. I had a blown head gasket. It turns out, so I was probably pushing like 300 horsepower max, bro. Those are the scariest 300 horsepowers ever, bro. And now we're gonna be looking to push 500 with a big ass turbo, bro. So yeah, dude, I'm looking nervous, but yeah, but we gotta build the car safe first, bro. Like I gotta upgrade like the everything, bro. I'm gonna try to put a roll cage on it. You blow gasket? Yep. Well, I think when I bought it, it came with a blown head gasket, but I don't know. Because I didn't really drive it too much. That car had a lot of problems. Lesson learned. Guys, do not buy anyone's project car. I don't care how cool or how good the car looks, bro. Do not buy any project cars, guys. It is not a very good thing, bro. Yeah. Was it smoking? No. I don't think I blew my head gasket, but I do think that it was going out though. Because when we were taking out when we're right now we're in the process of removing the engine and we're taking out the radiator, and the radiator is like okay, look, let me show you guys something. Hold on, one sec. Let me show you guys. You gotta pull up the good old Microsoft Paint here real quick. All right, guys. All right, check this out. I'll put this on the side here. Quick. Listen, guys. All right, so look, a radiator. How's a radiator supposed to look like for my people that know about cars? Well, a radiator is supposed to look like this, like this, like this, like this, and then you have your cap, and then like this, right? And then you have obviously your squiggly lines. Actually, no, I'm thinking about intercooler. My bad. Anyways, a radiator, right? Boom, right? And then you have your fan. You know, boom, boom. That looks very wrong. Hold on. There you go. Right, boom, your radiator. How my radiator looked like was like this. So you have the bottom, right? And then my tuner's like, yo, you have I think your head gasket is like blowing out. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not blowing smoke. I don't have cooling problems. Sometimes I do, but I think that's just because I'm pushing a lot of power, right? He's like, no, bro, you're look at your radiator. I'm like, I look down on it, and then dude, my radiator looks like this. It's like bloated. I'm like, what the fuck? And then look, it looks like that, and then it looks like this. I'm like, yo, like, dude, it's about to explode, bro. You know what I mean? Like the radiator, it's like one pull away from like the metal just fully like blowing off, bro. So yeah, he's like, yeah, bro, that's kind of a sign of like a blown head gasket. I'm like, oh, damn. So now we have to buy a new radiator. That's fine. I mean, I was gonna do that with the case swap anyways, you know. But yeah. And that makes, now that I think about it, it makes sense because every time I do a pull, like the coolant will kind of just like leak out like through like the cap. I'm like, how? Like I have a high pressure cap. Like it's not supposed to do that. It turns out the freaking radiator was freaking bent. It was broken. So yeah. Very interesting, bro. Very, very interesting. But yeah, bro. But no, we're making sure that we're gonna build this case swap completely good, bro. Like good tune, good everything. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. I'm very fucking tempted to take shorts, guys. You guys do not understand, bro. I really, really want to take shorts. It's just that this volume could be a little bit better. I really, really want to take shorts, so it looks really good. One thing, guys, we have a 15-minute bearish Fair Value Gap rejection. To be honest, we do have a 15-minute Fair Value Gap down here, though, that we could bounce from right here. But either way, if we take this, we can target the VWAP. Nah, 20 points. I don't know, bro. It's just this volume, but I hate this volume, bro. Give us a blown head gasket will be losing coolant. I think I was, but just like barely losing it. But I definitely was losing coolant because I would have to top up the coolant very often. But I thought it was normal with those engines. But you know, I don't know. I didn't know too much. How do you see the volume? Just look at the candles, size, and speed. But yeah, dude, I'm super tempted to take shorts here, guys. I really, really want to take shorts, but I just don't like this volume, bro. I really don't like this volume. But I'm really tempted because the setup looks, it's lined up to be good. But like I said, guys, no matter what setup you have, if the volume is not there, it's not going to work out. You know what I mean? If anything, let me see something. Can we put our stop loss at high day, please? I mean, 66 points with light size, that's not horrible, to be honest. And then your VWAP would be like 50 points. So it's not a terrible risk reward. Dude, I'm so tempted, bro. Because it's a good setup. It's just the volume is so bad right now, bro. It's like, but if we don't get shorts here, then we're not gonna get shorts at all throughout the entire day, most likely. Because I mean, we don't have any other setup to really take if we head lower. Especially for the PM session, we all know the PM is probably not gonna be that volatile compared to the AM session. I don't know, bro. I'm super tempted to take shorts here, guys. Let me see if I can do minimal risk. If anything, I'll probably risk like $400, which I wouldn't really like care too much about. Let me see something. Hold on, guys. So okay, so let's see. If we want to get an entry at Hold on, let me see something. Let me see if it's even gonna be worth taking it. Let's say we do like 4 contracts. No, let's say we do 5 contracts. Nah, but with a 66-point stop loss, that'll be like $600 risk. And our entry would be at 30,487. Because like I said, guys, this setup is really fucking good. Oh, that's too much. What about 4 contracts? Nah, bro. I'm not gonna do 3 contracts, dude. Where am I gonna scale at, bro? Plus, the market right now doesn't even look that good. We're pumping up again. Yeah, guys, I'm coming back later, bro. I'm not gonna fall into temptations, bro. I'm really not, bro. I'm really not. Yeah. It's better if we stay cash. Oh my goodness, look at that pump. Yeah, guys, let's come back later. Like I said, this setup still looks pretty valid. I just need better volume, bro. I just don't like this volume. It just doesn't scream like high probability. You know what I mean? Anything like any little thing like this random ass pump can happen while we're in the trade. I don't want that to happen. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that when we enter, we go straight into our price target. But it's very tempting for sure. I will say that, guys. I will say it's very, very tempting to take shorts here. But I'm gonna have to skip out for now. I mean, look, we're literally pumping. So yeah, we come back later. Like I said, we can still take the setup. It's not bad. Worst case, we can always just take the 15-minute instead. But we just need better volume. Isn't the 15-minute in the way as well? I mean, if we have good selling pressure, we can anticipate the inverse as well. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'd say for now, guys, we come back later. This is our sign to call it. It's just too choppy. If anything, we can even pump up into all-time highs and get a setup on the way down as well. It's just lined up for the PM session, to be honest. But yeah, guys, I'd say we come back later. This is not worth trading right now. Thankfully, though, I will say even if we even that stutter. Oh my goodness. Even if we do stay cash today, guys, I would call it a winning day because we avoided ourselves like 4 losses. Like 4 of our setups didn't work out today because the volume was so bad. And that's why that's why I'm a little bit worried with this setup right here because, dude, if 4 setups with confirmations couldn't get respected, why would this one get respected? You know what I mean? There's a good chance that it could do the same thing. You know, I think a PM session all-time high sweep could be good. That'll be the best scenario, in my opinion. I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping for that. But I'm gonna get off for now, guys. I'm gonna watch the charts, obviously. While I'll make some food and stuff. And if we get an all-time high deal sweep, I'll probably alert a trade for you guys. All right, but for now, stay cash. It's not really worth trading this, guys. All right, it's not safe. David, trying to buy me a C7 Vet or a GT500? Nah, bro, it has to be a C7, bro. We don't do Mustangs over here, bro. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off, guys. Your boy is starving, bro. I'm gonna go eat some food. I'm gonna have the charts open. If I see something that I like, I will post it. If not, then no trades. All right, guys. Z06. Now we're speaking, bro. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'll see you guys soon. Once again, I apologize to a certain extent for not giving you guys any trades. But what is there to apologize for when the trades that I would have given you guys would have been losing trades anyways? So yeah, definitely not mad about it. All right, guys. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off. And I'll see you guys hopefully later today with a setup. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. But yeah, just keep your notifications on. Keep your phone on you. If you see something from me, it's probably a setup. All right, guys. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'll see you guys soon. All right. Peace, guys. Peace.